Yeah, you know what it is.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. Purple and white, but you know what I mean. Double 11 senior year made history. Football, we took it to the playoffs. Collegeville, white and purple, yeah, we are the K-House. I said the K-House, the school of champions. We laugh a lot, we rap a lot. I'm asked to be an Indian again. I'm telling them that Collegeville is where it's at. So when we on the field of court, they better be aware of that. They scared of that. Of course, look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, it's Collegeville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a K-Hawk. I'm about to graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to see it, yes, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1, 2, but we're number one. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the chief and crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play with sports. I play my cards right, now a good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm the back cause everybody rolling with me, K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Look, all the freshmen, all the fresh college boys.
High school,
Juniors,
champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And very good evening, everyone, and welcome to Kahok Stadium here on the campus of Collegeville High School. I'm Todd Duke. Glad that you're with us here tonight on the Kahok Sports Network as we get ready to bring you some Lady Kahok volleyball. As your Collinsville Kahawks get ready to take on the Belleville West Lady Maroons, a little Southwest Conference action that we have for you tonight here on the Kahawk Sports Network. And we welcome you into the pregame show brought to you tonight by Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, owned and operated by Dr. Chris McCluskey. He and his crew are focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives all through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, 410 Regency Center, just off of the Beltline Road in Collinsville. Give them a call at 343-3602 or online, chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. Kahawks are off to a little bit of a struggle this year. They are 1-5 so far in their first 6 games. That includes an 0-1 mark in conference play as Belleville West comes in at 2-2-1 on the season. They just picked up their second win last night. They are also 0-1 in Southwestern Conference play. They are coached by Jason Mathenia. He is in his 22nd year as the head coach of the Lady Maroons soccer team. 241 wins, 173 losses, and 38 ties. Jody Munoz, of course, in her first year has that 1-5 mark. Collinsville coming in struggling a little bit offensively. They have scored an average of 1.5 goals per game. They've scored 9 goals in their first 6 games, and they are giving up about 2.2 goals per game. They've given up 13 goals in their 6 games so far this season. Belleville West, they are averaging 2.2 goals per game, so about a little bit less than a goal more than Collinsville. They have scored 11 goals so far on the year, has Belleville West, but that was just added up and just updated because they won last night and scored 6 goals against Jabot. So coming into that game, they had only scored 5 goals up to that point. And the goals against, well, they're averaging 3 goals against on defense, Belleville West is. They've given up 15 goals so far this year. You want to put that in perspective, O'Fallon and Alton, they come into tonight's contest. Both of them are 5-0. Both teams have only allowed 3 goals in their first 5 games. O'Fallon has scored 25 goals already on the year. And Alton, one of the teams that's not really a powerhouse soccer, lady soccer, if you think about it, 26 goals already for the Alton Lady Redbirds. So got a couple of Southwestern Conference teams that are really kind of out of the gates running away with things. Well, Collinsville, after picking up their first win of the year with a 6-0 victory over Highland 1 week ago today, the Lady Cawks find themselves in another little losing skid. After starting the season 0-3, Collinsville has dropped their last 2 after that win over Highland with a conference opening loss at Belleville East 2-1. Coach says, and you'll hear that in the interview here in just a little bit, that they were about 30 seconds away from heading to PKs when Belleville East got that game-winning goal. And then they dropped a 2-0 game at Columbia on Saturday. Kyra Van Dyke, she scored the last goal for Collinsville. First half of the 2-1 loss at Belleville East. Lady Cawks goalless in their last 120-plus minutes. Belleville West, they started their year with a 4-3 win at Springfield Sacred Heart Griffin. Then 2 losses and a tie sandwiched in between last night's 6-2 win at Jabot. Lost to Naperville 3-0. Tied Granite City 0-0. Collinsville lost to Granite City 2-1 earlier this year, so that's saying something, a 0-0 game. And their 0-1 start in conference play, well, that was at the hands of Alton. We told you they've already scored 26 goals. They beat Belleville West at Alton 7-1. As I mentioned, the Redbirds are now 5-0. They will be Collinsville's next opponent 1 week from tonight. Alton tonight, by the way, playing the other team that's 5-0, O'Fallon tonight. Last night's win at Jabot, Caroline Mathenia with the hat trick +1. She had 4 goals. Sarah Foley and Addie Gagan with the other goals, and Emma Hubble was in goal last night. She faced 6 shots and made 4 saves. Belleville West had 3 goals in each half, and wouldn't you know it, Emma Hubble is starting in goal tonight as well for these Lady Maroons. My pleasure to welcome back on the other microphone Mr. Brett Borm. Haven't talked to you since the boys got ousted in the playoffs. How you doing, man?
Oh, it's good to be back up in the booth, Todd. It's good to be watching Kahok soccer again. We're excited.
Yeah, got another youngster on another team, don't you?
I do. I got 4 more years of Lady Kahok soccer now. So,
well, that's good.
Daughter plays JV, center back. Yep.
Yeah,
Good times.
You know that's all going to end soon, right? And you'll miss it.
I will.
I know.
I see those memes on Facebook all the time. One day you'll never have somebody to take to practice again, and that breaks my heart thinking about it.
Yeah, it does, man. Time stands still for no one, brother. You know that, right?
I do.
All right, let's take a break, and my conversation with Collinsville head coach Jody Munoz. That'll be coming your way next as we continue on the chiropractic pregame
As
show.
the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full-body approach. Whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues, we have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Code 3 Barbecue Supply is your home for one-of-a-kind everything barbecue headquarters. providing the best American-made barbecue grills, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs and sauces and donates 25 cents a unit sold to first responder and military organizations to aid the fallen and assist with suicide prevention and PTSD awareness. Stop on by. See the guys at Code 3 Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of the Memphis in May first place world champion Patriot sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at code3spices.com.
I couldn't ask for a better agent, for a better company in a disaster where you have no idea where to start.
I learned that there's not a given in life. It takes a team. There's people that are going to watch out for us and that care.
It's been pretty stressful. Once we saw Lori and got our plan, it's
like a huge weight lifted.
In Collinsville, call Scott Allen at 618-346-1500.
Chapman Trucking, LLC. Chapman Trucking is a local Collinsville business owned and operated by 1994 Collinsville graduate Christy Chapman. With over 10 years of experience, Chapman Trucking, LLC can take care of all of the heavy lifting when it comes to hauling aggregate materials such as sand, driveway rock, dirt, boulders, and more. That includes getting your heavy work equipment to your work site where it needs to be. Give Christy a call for a free estimate at Chapman Trucking, LLC, 618-960-9346 or online at chapmantruckingllc.net.
At Chiropractic Works, our mission is to help as many people live as high quality of life for as long as possible without the use of drugs and surgery. We have state-of-the-art testing available to see if we think we might be able to help you with any health issues that you're dealing with. Whether it's neck pain, back pain, headache, sinus, allergies, numbness, tingling, shoulder, elbow, wrist, hip, knee, or ankle problems, we've helped many people solve these issues without the use of drugs and surgery. If you'd like to get to the root cause of your health problems, feel free to give us a call and schedule a consultation or a new patient exam to see if we think we might be able to help you.
Back into the Chiropractic Works pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network. Our first home game involving your Lady Kahok soccer team as we're at Kahok Stadium where the Kahok's getting ready to take on Belleville West. And joining us now is Jody Munoz, the Collinsville Kahok head coach. Coach, you had a little bit of a visitor on a Zoom the other day with some of your girls. I saw it. I listened to it. I thought it was kind of cool. Tell me how all that came about with Mia Hamm giving your girls a little pep talk.
So there's actually a little app that you can contact celebrities or whatever. You send them a short video, tell them what what's going on, why you want them to talk to you. And so I submitted my video and she replied and sent us that, and I think it really got the girls going.
How did they take it? Did they leave the room smiling and feeling better?
Yes, so I played it right before we played our last game, and they were like in shock. They were just thought it was the coolest thing ever.
That's awesome. I was kind of wondering how that all came about. Always cool when a gold medalist and a World Cup champion can talk to your team, right?
Right, exactly. It was definitely something that they won't forget.
I won't forget it either. I thought it was kind of cool. All right, so let's talk about things at hand. A little bit of a rough start for you in your first year as head coach. Talk about how you're feeling right now coming at this point in the season. I know it's still early.
Yeah, it is. Like you said, it's very early. We battled some injuries in the beginning. Right now we're everyone's back to being healthy again, so that's good. I'm not gonna lie, it's been frustrating, but we're all working together, and like she said in that video, it's just like small goals at a time.
All right, talk to me about some of the individual girls here, and I want to talk about the girls who have already played Belleville West on the varsity level before and some that have had some success. Jordan Gary, Morgan Rader, Jeremias. You have a lot of girls that have had some success against Belleville West. What are you looking for out of those girls I just mentioned?
Just kind of taking that leadership role. They know what to expect. We know the girls that they have and who to watch and what they have to do to, get it done.
All right, let's go back to the Highland game, your lone win on the year thus far. That was a big win, man, 6-0 too, so you took it to them. Talk about that game as a whole, not compared to the rest of the games.
Well, it was Highland. It was a big win for us, like you said, 6 goals. So that also got their confidence up. So hey, we know we can score. So we just have to show that we can do it.
All right, you followed that game up with a couple of very close losses. You lost 1-2-1 and one 2-0 in the conference opener. Talk about those after that big win over Highland. I don't know because I didn't see them. I'm looking for, was there any kind of a letdown, or was it just one of those games that you played your hardest and just couldn't figure out to get the win?
It was, I don't want to say unlucky, but, a couple of things happen. Some fouls get called, you get some dead balls, and, it just happens. It's the nature of the beast. Like, sometimes you can dominate the whole game and still, like that Belleville East game we lost in the last 30 seconds. So, right before we're going into PKs.
That's always tough. All right, talk about the Belleville West team. Coach Matheni's been doing this thing for a long, long time. They're struggling a little bit, too. They've only got a couple of wins on the season. So, what are you expecting out of them tonight?
I actually think it'll be a pretty even match game. Like, it can go either way. It just depends who comes out to play tonight.
What do you want to see out of your girls?
Definitely confidence. Like I said, we're 1-5. Confidence is a big thing right now. We're going small goals at a time. We're just trying to do the little things right in games. And then I said the big things will come naturally after that.
Yeah, and in the world of high school sports, it's never too late, really. I mean, because you've got a whole season, pretty much 3/4 of a season lying ahead of you. And, really, I look at it like a regular season is kind of practice to get yourself ready for the playoffs. Talk to me about that philosophy from your end.
Right, we've talked about it. Like you said, it's very, very early. I don't know if you remember, but a few years back when Granite City won the state title, they started off the exact same way. And we talked about that with them. Like this, the records don't mean, stats don't mean squat. It's all, in the playoffs. So.
Thanks for the visit, Coach. Good luck.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Jody Munoz, your Collinsville Lady Kahok soccer head coach. We'll take a break here on the Chiropractic Works pregame show. When we come back, we'll pass along the starting 11 on each side for you. And any more stats, names, numbers, anything we can think of, we'll pass it your way if we have the time. We'll be right back on the Kahok Sports Network.
At Chiropractic Works, our mission is to help as many people live as high quality of life for as long as possible without the use of drugs and surgery. We have state-of-the-art testing available to see if we think we might be able to help you with any health issues that you're dealing with. Whether it's neck pain, back pain, headache, sinus, allergies, numbness, tingling, shoulder, elbow, wrist, hip, knee, or ankle problems, we've helped many people solve these issues without the use of drugs and surgery. If you'd like to get to the root cause of your health problems, feel free to give us a call and schedule a consultation or a new patient exam to see if we think we might be able to help you.
Calling all sports fans. Looking for a great place to watch the game with your crew? Look no further than the Lucky Fox Sports Bar in Caseyville. The Lucky Fox shows Collinsville Kahok sports on the big screen, plus UFC fights, boxing, Cardinals and Blues, and all of the NFL games with the NFL ticket and enough TVs that you'll be sure to find the game you want. And the food? How about Taco Tuesdays, Wing Wednesdays, plus burgers, sandwiches, pizza, steak, and more, including great drink specials and the coldest brew in town. And don't forget to try your luck at the Lucky Fox Gaming Room. Dine in and catch a game, or order carryout with the Lucky Fox. The Lucky Fox Sports Bar, 1101 Caseyville Road, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Open daily at 11 a.m. Check out the Lucky Fox Facebook page for daily specials. The Lucky Fox, 618-855-9500. First National Bank of Waterloo, with over 100 years serving the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo at their Maryville and Collinsville locations for all of your banking, mortgage, and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, call the Collinsville team at First National Bank of Waterloo at 618-345-1121 or visit their Maryville and Collinsville locations or online at fnbwaterloo.bank. First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Projects in and around your home can be daunting and overwhelming. Take the stress out of those projects and let AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions do all the heavy lifting. Former Kahok Adam Welly can help knock those projects off your list. From framing drywall, painting, and stair work inside to deck work, hardscapes, and concrete and retaining wall construction outside your home, including power washing and brush removal. Whatever the task, AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions can help. Call Adam Welly for a free estimate at AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions, 314-252-8010. That's 314-252-8010.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full-body approach, whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues. We have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
And once again, welcome back into the Chiropractic Works pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network. Todd Duke and Brett Borum with you. We're about ready to get you going here. A little Lady Kahok soccer. Got player introductions and then the national anthem, and then we'll be on our way. It is a very windy day. Wind is blowing right into the front windows here at the broadcast booth, so we've got the windows closed, or else you'd be able to hear nothing but wind like you heard during the pregame interview there with head coach Jody Munoz. So we have the windows closed, so that means the wind is blowing straight across the field. It's not going to benefit anyone blowing that direction, but you might get a lucky bounce every once in a while. Here are your starters. Belleville West in goal will be Emma Hubble. In front of Emma Hubble, you will find Madison Smith, Grace Gebhardt, Izzy Alvarez, Addie Gagan, Avery Clifton, Caroline Mathenia, that would be the coach's daughter, Madison Emig, Sarah Foley, Mia Schaefer, and Ashlyn Weebles. For Collinsville, in goal, Addie Johnson. In front of Addie Johnson, you will find senior Morgan Rader. Sophomore Olivia Johnson, another sophomore Allison Hennessy. She was a late add after a late scratch of Shelby Hawk in the lineup. Grace Lanier, the senior, also another senior, Sarah Hensey. Lainey Bolandis, a junior, and Georgia Cox, another junior, joining her in front of Addie Johnson. Sydney Summer, one of the seniors that's been filling in his goal while Addie Johnson was working her way back from an injury. And the final two on the list of 11, both juniors, Jordan Gary and the aforementioned Kyra Van Dyke. JV team won. They won 4-0, 3 goals. While I was setting up my equipment, couldn't see any of them, just heard everything in the aftermath of it. Morgan Lang, Ava DiGirolamo, Kenna Fisher all scored in the first half, and Liliana Lira, all freshmen, scored in the second half, and freshman in goal as well. So congratulations to Alyssa Huckleberry for the shutout in that 4-0 win. And you got to watch that one, of course, there, Brett, because your daughter plays on the JV team. Your thoughts on that JV game?
You know what? It was good to see. It was good to see some goals out of the JV Kahawks. Just like the varsity, JV is struggling to score goals all year. Defensively, they're pretty strong. They're able to keep the goals down, minus one game against St. Dominic in the St. Dominic tournament where they gave up 6. For the most part, they're giving up maybe 1 or 2 a game. So seeing 4 goals was pretty good to see.
Yeah, I hope we can get that going over onto the varsity side as well. All right, let's the tale of 2 goalkeepers here. We'll begin with Emma Hubble in goal for Belleville West, 165 minutes on the year. She has been credited with both of Belleville West's wins. No losses, no ties. She has the one shutout, and it was a shared shutout. She has given up just 4 goals so far in the year, so she has a 1.94 goals against average, and she's made 12 saves, and that save percentage is right at 75%. Addie Johnson in between the pipes for Collinsville, 180 minutes. And young Miss Johnson is 1-1 on the year. She has also got 1 shutout. That was a solo shutout. She's only allowed 2 goals so far in the year, a 0.89 goals against average. Not bad. 5 saves. That's good for almost 71%. And we're not going to have a national anthem because we have computer or CD player issues up here. So everybody hum it to yourself. Okay. Didn't get to do the lineups or anything, so these girls don't get to hear their names over the loudspeakers. That's kind of a bummer. I'm sure they look forward to that. Collinsville out there in the all-purple jerseys, a little trimmed in white, numbers on the fronts and the backs of their jerseys in white, and Addie Johnson is behind them on the left side of your screen in goal, wearing black shorts and bright fuchsia pink jersey and shoes to match. While Miss Hubble on the other end, she's got on long pants, black, and a Dayglow green jersey. So we are just about ready to set. 40 minutes on the clock, and as soon as the referee gives the go, we can go ahead and go, and there we go. Jordan Gary gets us underway. We do apologize, kind of, sort of, Lee. I mean, not really, because it's one of those things that's kind of a good thing. But with the advent of boys volleyball, that kind of waters down the schedule this year now with baseball, softball, and girls soccer I can do. So not as many as we used to do in the past because of that, but we are very happy with the fact that we have boys volleyball now.
Yeah, that's awesome to see. A lot of those, at least Adam Reiniger from the Kahok boys soccer is playing some volleyball.
Yeah, got some hockey players on there as well. Boy, Addie Johnson was way out of goal, and Belleville West was flirting with it there, right there on the goal line where the football end zone is, and she got kind of lucky there.
Collinsville coming out in a 4-3-3-1 formation. Losing Shelby Hawk as a center back is going to be a tough thing to handle this first half. See how they come out with Sarah Hensey playing center back with the senior summer girl. Struggling with her name.
Sydney
Summer,
also on the track team this year, so she has missed a couple of soccer games because of that. But, so one of those two sports stars. Actually, three sports. She's a volleyball girl, too.
Yeah. Anytime you can get a starting center back to come back out of your goal and play her natural position, it's really kind of settled the defense down for the Kahawks.
Oh, yeah. All right, Belleville West. They played last night, so we'll have to keep an eye on those legs a little bit later. And as I mentioned, Emma Hubble was in goal last night as well, so they went right back to her on the second day in succession. So Collinsville might be able to take advantage of some tired legs here a little bit later on. But right now, everybody looks a little fresh. Collinsville, they wrestle the ball away right down underneath our location, but it's picked up there by Weebles for Belleville West, and she'll send it on back to Madison Smith. Smith having a hard time getting around Julie Gary. Both players go down, and a whistle will be blown, and that'll halt the action for a moment, and it's going to go against Jordan Gary. Both of them went down, but Belleville West is going to benefit here from the free kick.
Seeing another lineup change with Jordan Gary playing the 9, playing a striker where Megan Jeremias normally plays. I don't see her in the starting lineup today either. I wonder if she's suffering an injury.
Yeah, she's not circled on my list, but she is on the roster. I don't know. Coach mentioned that her team was finally getting healthy.
Right.
So we'll see if they come out a little bit later on. Could be one of those things where you were late to a practice and now you're going to, have to sit out the first 5 minutes or so. Here is Morgan Rader. Rader will send it back to the defense, and the defense, Sydney Summer, sends it back up, and it finds the leg of Olivia Johnson. Johnson moves the ball up to Jordan Gary. Gary over to Allison Hennessy. Hennessy, a late addition to this lineup tonight, so we'll see if she can pay some dividends here. As Jordan Gary brings it wide, sends one into the center, right in front, and a miss hit there by Kyra Van Dyke. Looks like she stubbed her toe right into the turf. That is a total miss hit. Collinsville keeps the ball alive, though, and here is Sarah Hensey. Hensey will send it up, and it'll go across the end line, and it'll be a goal kick restart.
It was a beautiful service by Jordan Gary coming down the right wing. She gets the ball off. I think Kira just mishit it with her left foot.
Yeah, I think she hit her toe right into the turf.
I think we call that a shank back in the day.
Shanked it. Well, I have a different version of that on the golf course. Usually when I shank it, it ends up finding the water. Promised myself I'm going to get back on the golf course more this year. I didn't do enough last year.
Hit a couple for me.
I will surely try to remember that. 36 minutes, 20 seconds left here in the opening minutes of this first half. This is one game we have for you earlier this week. Nothing on the schedule tomorrow. I don't think it would happen tomorrow anyway. I'm pretty sure that with all that rain rolling in around noon, that baseball and softball is probably going to get washed away. But don't you worry, I got some softball action on the line for you on Thursday as Collinsville and Edwardsville hook up in ladies softball. Back to volleyball action on Friday night, and then we have a doubleheader baseball game scheduled for you on Saturday. So we try to get them all in there as much as we can. I don't want to work every night of the week because I don't think my family would like that too much. Ball comes down right at midfield, and Collinsville picks it up. They head back the other way, and the defense stops it. Nice little stop there by Madison Smith for Belleville West. Then Julie Gary gets taken down from behind. This one is going to go against Belleville West, and it's going to go against Mia Schaefer. Collinsville is going to get a free kick here from about 40 yards away.
Sarah Hensey has a bomb. and she can put one in from this distance.
Yeah, this is perfect distance.
All the time.
Yep. Always like this distance.
I'd like to see this on goal.
Emma Hubble right in the middle of the goal, and it heads right to the right of the goal. And that might have been wind aided because the wind is blowing right that way and would push that ball right to the right.
Yeah, typically she can strike a ball really well.
So we'll see if the wind might have a lot to say about those free kicks, but you're not going to get any wind behind your back as far as facing a goal, that's for sure. And it's blowing pretty stiff.
Yeah, it was blowing pretty stiff the whole JV game as well.
Of course, you get all the wind in March, and, come July when it's hot as Hades outside, you can't buy a breeze around here.
It is the Midwest.
I know. You get used to it. Here is Hubble. She'll send the ball out, not very far. That wind again pushes it to the near sideline, and out of bounds it goes. Collinsville's going to get a throw in from just ahead of where they had the free kick. Throwing it into that wind is going to be fun. Jordan Gary gets the ball back, and then Olivia Johnson tried to send it forward. I believe that might have went off of the face there of Sarah Foley.
She was
And
offsides.
now here comes Gagan, and a shot and a goal, and just like that, Belleville West has a lead, despite the fact that we may have thought it was offside.
I think Addie Gagan was at least a step or two offside. I saw Sydney Summers stick her arm up asking for it, but didn't get the call.
Well, 34:08 left to play. Belleville West with the lead. And unfortunately not the start we were looking for here for Collinsville. The JV team, boy, they got off the mark quick.
Yep.
They scored a couple of goals in the first 5 minutes, scored another one later, and then late in the second half they get another one just to make sure. So Collinsville will have to work from behind, and that effort begins right now. Over here to the near side sideline is Olivia Johnson. Johnson sends the ball up past Jordan Gary. It'll find the foot of Madison Emig, and Collinsville will intercept, and Jordan Gary is going to have a chance to tie this. She cuts across and then gets taken out over onto the far side. Lainey Bolandis tries to center it back up. She puts a shot on goal off the post, comes all the way out front. Here's Morgan Rader. She couldn't quite get there in time as that ball was bouncing on her. And Collinsville, they try to apply some pressure here after giving up that goal. Here's Jordan Gary once again. Gary puts one on goal, but that one's going to go a little bit high. And it'll bounce off of the back brace there of the goal and come back onto the field to play, and it'll be a goal kick restart here for Belleville West. Boy, had their chances there, didn't they?
A couple of great chances there for Jordan Gary, Georgia Cox, Morgan Rader. They were all in the mix. I even think Lainey Belandis had a good look, but couldn't get anything on frame.
Well, got one that touched the frame, but that was off of that far side post. Collinsville back to work. Van Dyke couldn't get it going forward. It ends up going out of bounds, and a throw-in coming here from Olivia Johnson. Johnson over the head of everybody, onto the feet of Jordan Gary. Gary turns around, gives it up to Hennessy. Now back to Morgan Rader. Bounces off of her chest. She bumps off of her defender, Sarah Foley. And now Belleville West works the ball up again. Over on the far side, here comes Addie Gagan. Gagan circles in from the right side, puts a shot toward goal. That one's a center pass that never quite made it all the way to the middle. Stopped there by Hinsey, and then a shot and a save, and two saves by Addie Johnson. She gets out, and now she's on the ground, and a ball rolling toward the goal is going to be stopped over there on the near side post by one of the Kahok defenders, and that ball goes across the line, and it's going to be a corner kick here coming up for Belleville West. That was scary.
That was real scary. Collins was going to have to get their defense figured out. With Shelby Hawk not at the center back position,
no corner kick.
That's going to be a problem. They just look out of sync right now.
Both purple and a white uniform player was over there when that ball went out. Not sure who it went off of, but they say it was off of Belleville West. So a goal kick restart coming up here, and taking those honors is Sydney Summer.
Addie Gagan's finding a lot of separation over there on that right wing, giving our left back quite a bit of fits.
Yep. Gary has that ball go out of bounds, but it's off of Belleville West, so Jordan will toss the ball on over to Olivia Johnson, and Johnson will throw it in, but we have our first substitution for Collinsville. As heading out is Grace Lanier, and coming in is Sophia Kiefner.
I think Coach Munoz saw the same thing I was.
That one goes right out of bounds off the get-go, so we'll move up about 15 yards and throw it in once again. Johnson's second attempt. Once again, trying to find Jordan Gary. And it's picked up by Belleville West. And here on the near sideline, that is Mathenia, the coach's daughter, Caroline, sending the ball up across the line. Collinsville will get another throw-in, but we're going to go backwards instead of forwards on the throw-ins. We moved up a little bit, moved back a little bit. It's like a two-step. Here's Olivia Johnson's throw-in off of a body, and Jordan Gary, she's trying to go after. Jordan's getting bumped all over the place just trying to get these throw-ins.
She's such a strong player, though, and she's so hard to knock off the ball. I'm really impressed watching her this year so far.
Here's another throw-in from Johnson. That's about 5 in a row. Talking about tired legs. She's going to have some tired arms by the time this one's through. Gets back behind the defense for Belleville West. Gary trying to make a nice move to get to the ball. Couldn't get there in time. Comes back, and Johnson sends it back up. Now Morgan Rader pops it up. It's going to go inside the box and take a big bounce. And Jordan Gary's going to run right into the goalkeeper, and a whistle ensues, and that's usually never good news.
Well, that's a 50-50 ball in the air, but yes, she did take the goalkeeper out while she was going up for it.
So a goal kick restart here for Hubble. First 10 minutes of this first half have expired. Collinsville trailing 1-0. Here's Johnson trying to wrestle the ball away again. She does so. Poked it up now to Jordan Gary. Gary.
We got a whistle.
Got a whistle. I didn't even hear a whistle. We don't have the windows open because that wind is blowing so hard. You would hear nothing but wind. So we have the door open so we can hear some of the outside sounds, but we can't hear a lot of it.
It's so hard not hearing what's going on out there.
It is. Summer sends it toward the goal, and Hubble a little hesitant trying to figure out what she wanted to do first. And luckily for her, she made the right decision at the last moment, came in and caught that ball before it hit the ground.
I'd like to see Sydney Summer pull that ball out towards the PK mark next time.
Out toward midfield it goes. Belleville West trying to settle it down. They do so. They send the ball up, and that one is going to be onside, and a shot that's going to go over the goal. Right idea there by Caroline Mathenia, but she just hit it a little bit too high.
Quite the bloodlines there with the Mathenias, huh? I know he had a daughter a couple years ago that was a really strong player as well.
They got the benefit of having the head coach as a dad, and the dad is a head coach. There's another goal kick restart handled by Summer. Summer filled in admirably last year at goal and filled in earlier this year on goal as well. Jenna Feldman and Addie Johnson hurt.
I've been really impressed with Sydney Summer as a center back. She's got great size. She's got good instincts out of the back. Not afraid to dribble out of the back and try and connect passes moving forward.
This one goes all the way back to the defense for Belleville West. Gary couldn't quite get there to pick that ball up off the foot of Emig, and now Hensey at midfield moves the ball up to Van Dyke. Van Dyke saw something out of the corner of her eye, trying to spring over there Kiefner as she was coming up that left wing, but Belleville West intercepts it. Here is Gagan. Gagan will send it all the way back, and Johnson will just come out and pick it up. Johnson does not have the size of a typical goalie.
No, but from what I've seen thus far, her hands are good.
Oh, yeah, she's got quick hands, quick feet. She can get from one post to the other probably quicker than a lot of goalkeepers can, but you get those high ones, and she's going to have some problems with those, I would believe.
And her foot skills are good, too.
Yeah.
You know, when she has to play a ball with her feet, she's more than adequate.
1-0 in favor of Belleville West. They scored just a little over 5 minutes into this contest. And that's where we stand right now. Here's Georgia Cox. Cox will send it back to the defense, and the defense sending it on up, trying to find Kiefner over there on that far sideline. Kiefner taking a couple of battles there, and this time goes out of bounds, I believe. So it'll be a throw-in over there for the Maroons right at the end of the Kahok bench. And this one will be handled by Izzy Alvarez. Referee's making them back up even farther. Oh, it's a free kick. Right in front of the coaches, Clay Smith and Sydney Carroll and Jody Munoz.
It's an army of coaches over there.
Up to Morgan Rader, and here comes Georgia Cox on the run. She's going to send that ball up that far sideline, hoping that Kiefner could catch up with it, but Kiefner couldn't, so knocking it out of bounds was Alvarez, and Collinsville will have a throw-in at the end of the Maroons bench this time.
I think Georgia Cox would have been better off keeping the ball coming this direction with Olivia Johnson making a run out of the right back. Would have had a better chance at keeping the ball going forward.
Yeah, Kiefner was way far behind to try to catch up with that ball. Gary uses her head, knocks it in the far side of that box over there, and then it's sent right back out. And Collinsville will have another throw in. This one will be a lot closer up near. Well, they're going to throw it at the end of the bench again. That came out over there somewhere.
Yeah, it was further up. You're right.
Yeah. Off of a head belonging to Belleville West. Into the box it rolls, and once again it's sent to the sideline off of the foot of Madison Smith. This time it stays in bounds. Here comes Belleville West. They bring the ball up to midfield where Sarah Hinsey picks it off. And Hinsey trying to work her magic and get it back up to Kiefner, and another whistle. That one's going to go against Belleville West, so Collinsville will have a free kick from right in front of the Belleville West bench.
It's a little bit of a delayed call there. See if Sarah can serve one up inside the box for a Jordan Gary header.
It's on the way and gets a little aid from the wind, and then you're talking about it, and then
Did
it
I
rolls
call
right
it?
in.
Did I call it?
Dude, you called that right off the back of her head and right in the goal. Wow.
Offsides.
Oh, you got to be kidding me.
Oh, man.
How is that offsides? That's horrible. Man, oh, man.
Nostradamus over here.
Yeah.
Almost.
Nostradamus backfired.
Yep.
Got one of your quatrains wrong. Here's Jordan Gary, and she's going to send it right up into the box. Collinsville's going to get that one. That one's not going to be called back offside. That's for sure. That is Kiefner. Kiefner with a nice feed from Jordan Gary, and Collinsville does tie it up 1-1.
Jordan Gary slotted a beautiful pass over to Kiefner. Kiefner buried it home. It's a good goal.
1-1. After no goal, Collinsville didn't waste any time. About 10 seconds later, they said, oh, yeah, watch this.
Jordan Gary is a heck of a player. And she's a leader. If you listen to her on the field, she is a leader on that team, and all she does is encourage her players. Even though she might be one of the best players on the field, she's always encouraging the other players.
And Belleville West trying to get that one back, but they'll have to wait a little bit longer as that one goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Maroons right at the front of the substitutes bench over there on the far sideline for Collinsville. Sun not quite down. Shining through some haze over there in downtown St. Louis.
Here we go.
Here is Jordan Gary. She is going to be a little bit too late, but almost got that ball away from Madison Smith anyway. Over to Van Dyke off of her body, and down on the ground it goes, and then it's booted over from Gagan to Foley. Foley will send the ball up, and it's picked off. Nice job there by Olivia Johnson, because I tell you what, Mathenia was breaking in on that left wing and had a head of steam going. Here is Rader. She'll send the ball all the way up, but to the front of the box it goes, and it's picked up there by Hubble. 7 o'clock in Mid-America. It was a really chilly and windy day today, but then later the sun came out and warmed everything up. Felt kind of nice. Temperatures are supposed to be pretty much at 60 for the entire game.
That's good. It's good soccer weather.
Yeah. Over on the far side, Foley picks it up, knocked away from her. That was a nice play.
Lainey Beland is just getting a foot out to stop the progress. I like her as a back. They fluctuate her between midfield and a wing back, but I think she's stronger as a wing back.
Here is Gagan once again, who had the first goal. This one goes wide. And we will have our first corner kick. Trotting over is young Miss Mathenia. She's a junior this year, so one more year with her dad as head coach next year.
I think all his kids will be through by that point.
Set piece for Belleville West. First one of the game. It's high, and that's where the wind is going to aid you, is on that side of the field. Mm-hmm. And that was a perfect example of it right there. You got it up, and the wind took it the rest of the way. So Collinsville will go from a Maroons corner kick to a throw-in. And they have a long way to go. Here's Olivia Johnson. Throw-in, headed down. Morgan Rader picks it up off of the head of Jordan Gary. Gary, that ball rolls toward midfield, and it's booted back the other way by Emig. And that ball's going to go out of bounds, and another throw-in coming up here from Johnson. Johnson off of the head of Morgan Rader. And trying to track it down over there was Allison Hennessy. Whistle. Collinsville with a free kick. Sydney Summer's going to take this one, but this one's going to be about 75 yards away. And she sends it downfield. It gets past the defense. Jordan Gary there trying to track it down. She does. Oh, a shot on goal was blocked out there by Emig. And that's off of Emig's legs, and that'll go out of bounds. So Collinsville will have a throw-in from near the corner kick area.
Jordan Gary did a great job of just using her body to shield off and wait for that ball to get to her feet. Almost got the shot off.
Well, Johnson will throw it in about 5 yards away from the corner kick area. Here is that throw in. Into the wind. Down it goes, and it's in front. Jordan Gary gets it. Shot, and it's off of the leg of Madison Emig. Popped up into the air, and Hubble grabbed it before any further damage can be done in Collinsville. They've had some scoring opportunities, that's for sure.
I am definitely not impressed thus far with the backs of Belleville West, and that shows their goals against average is much higher. Didn't you say at the beginning?
Yeah, 3 per game.
Yeah, they're not strong in the back.
So Collinsville trying to exploit that weakness of Belleville West and keep the ball down here on offense for a while, and that's exactly what they're doing. Here is Georgia Cox. Cox sends one toward the goal, and then it takes a little bit of a spin and bounces right back to Hubble, and Hubble will have another goal kick restart. We're about halfway through the first half, and it's a 1-1 contest. That ball's skied all the way out to the center field circle, and then down it goes, and Johnson sends it back up onto the foot once again of Georgia Cox. Cox, she'll send it back onto the offensive side of things, and here comes Hubble. She'll get out there and scoop it up before Jordan Gary could get there, besides the fact that Madison Smith was between her and the ball as well. Sent back out toward midfield, but that's stopped by Morgan Rader. And another nice job by Gary up to Rader, and into the box. She was trying to feed the player coming in on that left wing over there, and that was Kiefner, and just hit a little bit too hard.
Yeah, she needs to draw that back just a little bit too deep into the box. Right idea.
Belleville West trying to track it down. Collinsville is spending a lot of time in the offensive zone here, and that ball ends up going out of bounds. Last touch by Collinsville, so a throw-in coming up here by Ashlyn Weebles. I asked Coach Mathenia how you pronounce that name. He said Weebles. I said Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. He said, yeah.
Did he laugh?
I said, yeah, he did. I said, if I said that to her, she'd probably go right over her head. He was like, yep.
Yeah, she wouldn't know what that is.
No, not when you're that age. Weebles do what? That was a thing back then. Kids, look it up.
Oh, nice move by Sarah.
You ain't kidding there, man. Kept that ball with her, stepped over it, rolled over it, and here's Collinsville, and here is Kiefner breaking in on the left wing, and a shot and a save over on that far side post by Hubble. And that was a nice sequence of plays there by Collinsville. 18.5 to go here in this first half, 1-1 contest. Both these teams looking for their first conference win. All the way in front of the Belleville West bench it goes. Kiefner trying to settle it down and give it to Cox. Cox got her foot on it, and now Jordan Gary in a foot race. She has it over there on the far left-hand wing.
Post.
Breaks into that box over on the side, takes a shot, and off the post it goes.
Great 1v1 effort by Jordan Gary. Beats her player coming down that left flank. Just hit that ball on the outside of the post. Great job.
Couple of posts we got hit here tonight.
She's going to score again before this game's over.
Yeah, looks like it.
She is going to score again.
Yeah, she had one going off of her head that was disallowed because of an offside call. And she assisted on the goal that we do have there by Kiefner. And for Kiefner, her first goal of the year. Collinsville, ball out of bounds, right in between the two benches. Belleville West will throw it in. Down the line it goes. Gagan has it knocked off of her foot. They pick it back up. It's going to roll and skirt that line over there, and Sarah Hinsey will just send it out of bounds. We'll let Belleville West reset their offense deep into their offensive zone.
Collinsville's done a better job of just kind of settling into the game now after the first 5 minutes and getting scored on. Settling back into the game, building up some confidence.
All right, in front of the goal, and Collinsville trying to get it out of there. They do. Comes back to the defense, and that is Schaefer. Schaefer, she gets bothered from behind. Collinsville, Sydney Summer blocks that ball from getting any farther. Now it's on the ground. Addie Johnson's just going to pick it up. Probably a wise move.
Yeah. A little bit of a breakdown there with the two center backs, not able to get the ball out.
So Addie gets her first kick of the night. She'll send it out toward midfield. Doesn't quite make it out there, but with the wind has something to do with that. And Belleville West settles it down. Here is Foley. Foley with a shot and a save by Johnson. And we'll do it all over again. Addie gets this one a little bit farther. Out to the midfield circle. Morgan Rader trying to wrestle that ball away from Schaefer. Can't do it. Collinsville intercepts, though. It's up to Van Dyke. Van Dyke will send it over to the far sideline for Kiefner. Kiefner sends it up into the middle for Gary. Gary will send it over here to the sideline, trying to find Allison Hennessy, but nice defensive play there by Weebles. And then more defensive play, and it'll go all the way down.
Offsides.
And here comes Mathenia, but that's offside. Yeah, when you look back and you're the only one wearing white there, and all the rest of the people wearing purple are behind you, that's offside.
Yep.
She looked like it shouldn't have been, though. I think she was looking at the referee like, really? Call that offside? Here's Sydney Summer. Summer sends it over into the offensive zone, and Jordan Gary will chase it down over here on this right wing. She'll pick that head up and look and see who's ready for her to pass to, and she'll take a shot on goal, and that one has a little bit of a side spin on it, but it rolls right to Hubble. 15 minutes to go here in this first half. 1-1 between Collinsville and Belleville West. Hubble sends the ball back, bounces all the way out to midfield. Picked up there by Gagan. Gagan sends it back into the midfield circle for Schaefer, and Schaefer will send it up. Collinsville's defense is there to take care of it. And that moment is gone, but now a nice job by the Kahawks sending it back out to midfield. Takes a bounce into the Collinsville offensive zone, but Belleville West having a hard time trying to settle it down until they finally do, and that ball is going to roll and comes all the way up to Mathenia. Mathenia will send the ball up, and she was going to try to get it right back, but a little bit too far of a hit there by Sarah Foley.
Yeah, right idea, just too deep of the pass.
Goes across the end line. Goal kick restart coming up here for Collinsville. As soon as they find somebody to get the ball back in for them, they will. And Sydney Summer will handle this goal kick. Collinsville has only made one substitution so far, and I don't think the Maroons have made any.
Collinsville just subbed in Ava DiGirolamo for Sophie Kiefner.
Okay.
Just happened.
So 2 substitutions by Collinsville. And a throw-in coming up here for Weebles. And she does so, but she overthrows her intended target, which was Mathenia. That ball ends up going out of bounds, and Collinsville will have their own throw-in. Here is Johnson trying to find the aforementioned DiGirolamo. And there is Mathenia again. She'll cut across the middle.
She wants to shoot.
Yep. Too many purple jerseys there, and she mishit that one, and Collinsville takes advantage of it, but then the Kahawks end up with an errant pass, and Belleville West ends up taking the ball back over again.
Just missed it.
And Belleville West working it back up again. Schaefer out to the mid-circle, but Van Dyke trying to wrestle that ball away, and Van Dyke gets taken down. No call on the play. I think they just got their feet tangled up. And now Collinsville has to go back and play some defense once again. Here is Mathenia. That ball is going to go wide, and the Kahawks will have another goal kick restart.
Mathenia winds up about the 20-yard line. Pretty ambitious spot to be taking a shot from that far out.
Especially when you have defenders around you.
Right. But she has how many goals?
Oh, Mathenia?
Yeah.
She has 7.
That's a lot.
She scored 4 last night.
Okay.
Yep.
She must have been feeling it last night.
I'm guessing so. Ate those Wheaties. Maybe she's tired, though.
It could be.
Yeah. I think I'd be tired after scoring 4 goals. And they played Jabot. Going into that game, they had only scored 5 goals all year, Belleville West has, so you add those 6 on there, and they doubled up their goal total in one game. There was Morgan Rader, who couldn't keep that ball in bounds. It goes out of bounds, but they're going to say Belleville West was the last to touch it, so a throw-in coming from in front of the Kahok bench with a 11:35 left to play here in this first half. We're tied 1-1. Jordan Gary trying to track that ball down. Can't do it. So the defense for Belleville West once again takes over. They'll send it up to the offense, but it won't quite make it there. Sydney Summer will pop it back onto the defensive zone, or excuse me, the offensive zone for Collinsville. Gary settles it down long enough, and then on the far side, I believe that's Morgan Rader. And now up in front of the Kahok bench it goes, and then all the way back, and Rader has it once again. And now they're going to say it's out of bounds off of Rader, so a throw-in coming up here for Belleville West. Over Rader's head. And Morgan tracks it down anyway. Sends it out to midfield. Jordan Gary gets shoved down from behind. Collinsville looking for a little offense. They'll send it up into the defense. It'll just roll all the way into the corner of the box, and Hubble will race over and grab it and then roll it back into the box and pick it up with those hands.
There you go.
Right before Allison Hennessy could get there. 10.5 to go here in this first half. Hubble sends the ball into that biting wind, takes a couple of bounces, comes down for Johnson. Johnson over the head of the defense. Jordan Gary trying to track it down. She's shoved from behind. That's going to be a penalty. So Collinsville will have a free kick here on this near side sideline, and Sydney Summer will take this one. And we'll see if she can get this one to bend just the right direction as we approach 10 minutes to go here in this first half. Sydney Summer looking for her first goal of the year. She'll send it.
Struck well.
And it's pushed out, but it falls to the ground. Collinsville overran the ball trying to go for the rebound. And then it's pushed out by the defense for Belleville West. But Morgan Rader there trying to keep the ball in, and they will. And Collinsville will have a throw-in on the opposite side of the field.
Sydney Summer struck that ball well. Collinsville's got to get somebody in the box willing to crash that net and hammer that ball home.
Here is Gary. She'll poke the ball up just outside the box, and she'll go get it. She'll put a shot on goal from a weird angle, and it actually made it on goal right into the breadbasket there of Hubble.
I'd keep challenging Hubble. I'm still not confident in her hands.
Morgan Rader sends that one back, but the defense picks it up there for Belleville West until Jordan Gary comes from behind and steals that ball like a little pilfering thief that just one of those pickpocket people like, hey, here I am, and you didn't even know your wallet was missing, did you? That was a nice move by Gary. That girl didn't even know that she was behind her, and before you knew it, the ball was not on her foot anymore.
Right. Yeah, she's a solid, very skillful player.
Ball comes into Van Dyke. Van Dyke will send it back over to Johnson on the sideline, and Johnson will pop it up to Hensey. Hensey trying to track it down. She does so, and then tries to step on the ball to stop it, but it kept on dribbling underneath her foot. And now Belleville West, they'll bring the ball up. Grace Gebhardt, she strikes the ball, but there's Kyra Van Dyke to take care of it, and Collinsville works it back up to the middle circle. Georgia Cox. Cox sends it up to Jordan Gary. Gary with another shot on goal and another save over there on that far post by Hubble. And we've already hit that post twice, and Hubble's been over there making a couple of saves on that far side post.
Jordan is getting behind that back line of Belleville West at will.
Kind of seems that way, doesn't it?
She is just getting behind him with her speed, able to control the ball. How many shots has she had? Probably
I don't know.
3 or 4 at least.
Yeah, probably.
So keep feeding that beast.
Here's Johnson sending it on up. And a nice job there on the defense by Belleville West. Taking that ball is Mathenia. Mathenia playing a little defense now instead of up here on that wing that she's been up on all night. And now back to midfield it goes. Belleville West takes it over from there. Here is Alvarez. Alvarez will send it toward the Kahok bench, but it'll stay inbounds, and Collinsville works it back up on offense, right across the midfield stripe. Here is Jordan Gary once again, behind everybody. Just one defender back. That's Madison Smith, but she's being bothered over there by Emig. So they'll send it back out to Morgan Rader. Rader gets pressured from behind, gives it to Gary. Out front we go now to Cox. Cox didn't have a shot, and they'll send it to Van Dyke. She gets pressured from behind. Here is DiGirolamo. She gets bumped off the ball, and Collinsville did everything there but get a shot on goal.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
There's Morgan Rader. Rader will pop it in front of the box. Jordan Gary uses that body of hers, gets it down, and another sandwich job over there. They just squeezed Georgia Cox right out of that whole situation. Over into the far side corner, here is Gary. Gary sends it in, and a shot that's going to go just wide off of the foot of Georgia Cox, and that was not far off the mark at all.
Jordan's just having a field day with these 4 backs on Belleville West. She's serving balls left and right. Someone's got to come home and cash it in.
Well, I'm thinking maybe they need 5 defenders back there. Seems to be the only thing that's going to stop Jordan Gary's if you increase the numbers. Sent all the way down, and Addie Johnson will pop it back up to midfield. Comes down and over DiGirolamo's head, and now we're going to have a whistle, and that one's going to go against Belleville West. They're going to say that Schaefer went over the back of DiGirolamo and made contact, so from about 50 yards out, another chance here for Sydney Summer. It's on the way, and it is caught by Hubble. And again, heading toward that far side goalpost. 5.5 to go here in this first half. Got a new sponsor we just signed up, Collinsville Daily News. Maybe you've heard of them already. They've had their footprint all over Facebook. I've been sharing their stories whenever they are sports related.
They're doing a lot of good sports stories, too.
They are. They did one on Kim Ferraro today, and then working the ticket booth over there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know they've got another one coming up with me as well, because the editor interviewed me a few days ago.
You are kind of a star.
Well, I don't tend to be, but I do like the coverage that it gives the Kahok Sports Network whenever somebody gets interviewed, and we get to talk about ourselves a little bit.
Yeah.
It's always kind of nice. And I look forward to working with them. They're going to have my logo and some of the content on there. They're going to have a button you can click to watch live and let you know when we have a game coming up, as Belleville West is trying to put on a little offensive push once again. Here is Gagan, who already has a goal. That was a nice defensive play there by Collinsville.
No call.
No call on that one, but Collinsville did a good job to get that ball off of Gagan's foot right before she was getting ready to strike it.
Yeah, I've watched Gagan for the last couple of years in club ball, and she's a good player.
Collinsville trying to work their magic on offense again. Here's DiGirolamo. She got pushed off the ball, sends it back to midfield, and it's pushed forward by Cox and to Gary. Coming up on 4 minutes to go here in this first half. That one bounces over everybody, and here's an opportunity for Hennessy. Hennessy gets around on this right wing, looking to turn the corner. She'll turn back. Oh, nobody back there to help her out anyway. And then it comes back to DiGirolamo, and that ball skirts up the sideline and goes out of bounds off of the foot of Schaefer, so Collinsville will have a throw in here.
Collinsville making some substitutions. I've got Aubrey Johnson subbing Olivia Johnson here at right back. And looks like Kiefner's entering the game again.
Kiefner's going to come back in and take over for DiGirolamo. And who we got down here wearing number 2?
This is Aubrey Johnson. She's a freshman.
Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm. No relation to the Olivia Johnson, I don't believe. But that is the sister of Addie Johnson, the goalkeeper.
Oh, yeah, because I'm familiar with both of them from volleyball season.
There you go. Yep.
We had 3 Johnsons playing volleyball season, so most of the time I just said Johnson, I was right.
Well, now you got 3 Johnsons playing soccer.
I know. Gets confusing sometimes, but again, if I just say Johnson, I'm good to go. Here's a loose ball, and Jordan Gary picks it up right in front of the bubble. She's looking. She's going to shoot, and she's going to have that one go wide from that far side post once again.
The backs of Belleville West are not even stepping up on Jordan Gary at all. They're giving her space and time to hit these shots.
I'll be shocked if she does not score a goal before this night's over.
Me too.
Here is Hubble with a goal kick restart as we have 2:40 left to play here in this first half. 1-1 contest between Collinsville and Belleville West, just the second Southwestern Conference game for both schools this year. Here's a shot into the box and trying to track it down. Nice job there almost by Sophia Kiefner, and she almost found herself with a free shot right in front.
I'd really like to see what Megan Jeremias would be doing in this game with her skills in tight space and her speed, able to get behind defenders. She would be giving them fits along with Jordan. I'm wondering if she's hurt or what.
I don't know. I was surprised that she's not here because Coach just mentioned in the pregame interview that everybody was getting healthy. Back to Addie Johnson it goes. She'll boot it all the way back out to the midfield circle. We're trying to settle it down is Georgia Cox. Cox gets a foot into it, sends it up the side, and it's a foot race now. And winning that foot race is Kiefner. Kiefner trying to get around her defender. She's taken down in the box. No call. Comes outside to Cox. Cox gets sidestepped and then gets it into the box, but no one there as Jordan Gary was off into the middle. Here is Kyra Van Dyke. She'll send it up into the front of the box. Jordan Gary once again couldn't quite get there in time before the Belleville West defender did. And now a shot from a long ways away, and that one's just going to go across the line. And it'll be another goal kick restart here for Belleville West as we have under 90 seconds to play here in this first half. Hubble waits for everybody to get where they need to go. Belleville West did make a substitution. And the ball back in play. And then out of play. Under a minute to go here, and Collinsville will throw the ball in front of the Belleville West bench. And they'll have it ping pong off a couple of bodies, and then all the way back out to midfield it goes. And sent back up for Collinsville to try another crack on offense, but that's sent back by the Belleville West defense, and Collinsville's defense will have to go back and retrieve it. So here is Sydney Summer sending the ball up. Kahawks would like to get one more crack at this offense before this buzzer sounds. And then they're going to get that opportunity if Kiefner can catch up with it. And Kiefner does, but it ends up going up off of her, and it'll be a goal kick restart if we can get that off in the next 10 seconds.
In the JV game, this linesman over here had a little bit of a rough go of it. I was wondering if that was going to carry over into this game. He was not able to pick up deflections that would be corners instead of goal kicks in the first game.
That is the end of one half of play. We have another half coming up for you, and now I'd like to introduce you to our newest sponsor, Collinsville Daily News. You can find them on Facebook or online. CollinsvilleDailyNews.com is their website, and on Facebook as well as Instagram. And we're going to be working with them for the foreseeable future, trying to help each other out. Like I said, I've already shared some of their posts, and they're going to be sharing some of my content, hopefully by tomorrow is what I've been told. So congratulations and welcome aboard Collinsville Daily News on the Kahok Sports Network. The Collinsville Daily News, the new online source for everything newsworthy in and around Collinsville. This news source is designed to be the heartbeat of the Collinsville community and is owned and operated by members that live in this area. The Collinsville Daily News generates their revenue with local support from the community in which they serve and from advertising. They do not charge to read their content, so you'll never run into one of those annoying paywalls. Not only that, but the Collinsville Daily News offers free classified advertising. You have items you want to buy, sell, or trade, it's free to post. Wedding or engagements announcements, as well as obituaries, all free at CollinsvilleDailyNews.com. Plus, they have the content that matters most. Collinsville news you need to know, coverage of Kahawk sports, and a keen eye on city news. The Collinsville Daily News also has an event tab that allows you to find out what is going on in and around the region for you and your family, the heartbeat of the community. Helping readers make sense of an increasingly chaotic world. Check them out at CollinsvilleDailyNews.com on social media sites Facebook and Instagram. The heartbeat of this community is the Collinsville Daily News. Keep your ride shiny and clean with Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville. Extreme Details, owned and operated by former Kahawk Jay Merkel. Jay and his crew at Extreme Details believe in the value of community and in helping their community hold the value of their vehicles with a sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details can handle any job, whether you drive a small car, an SUV, or even a bus or an RV. No job is too big or too small at Extreme Details. Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal, and they vacuum every vehicle regardless of what package you choose. Cars, trucks, motorcycles, boats, and more. Plus, Extreme Details can handle fleet vehicles for your company. Call Jay and the gang at Extreme Details at 977-1224 or visit Extreme Details at 936 St. Louis Road in Collinsville. Check for periodic specials on the Extreme Details Facebook page. Put the shine in your ride with Extreme Details.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Visit Brad Keene with Visionary Wealth Advisors at his new Collinsville office located at 106 North Clinton, or call Brad at 618-467-8420. Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside's all-star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Lakeside Roofing, celebrating 50 years of serving the metro area. Choose experience, choose Lakeside. Having problems keeping your ride on the road? Roadman Automotive in Collinsville can help you keep your ride rolling. Roadman Automotive offers everything from diagnostic tests when that check engine light comes on to tune-ups, alignments, brake and suspension work, and more. Oil changes at Roadman Automotive start at just $35. Roadman Automotive is open from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Monday through Friday and is located at 936 St. Louis Road in Collinsville. Check out the Roadman Automotive Facebook page for daily specials. Call Roadman Automotive at 618-223-1878, online at roadmanautomotivecollinsville.com. Roadman Automotive. Keep your ride on the road with Roadman Automotive. Ogle Auctions in Collinsville, your place for online auctioning. Go to ogleauctions.com to check out the week's items up for auction. Ogle Auctions deals in everyday items like board games, t-shirts, clocks, antique items, and more, to collectible items. Anyone in the market for, say, a trolley? Or maybe you're into more treasure troves like vinyl albums, cars, or motorcycles. And Ogle Auctions is always on the lookout for more auctionable items. Ogle Auctions of Collinsville. Auctions every Sunday at 7 p.m. Check them out at www.ogleauctions.com or call Kim or Mike Ogle at 618-218-2117. Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than Elsie's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, Elsie's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahok fans, before, after, or even during Kahok games. Elsie's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. Elsie's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And Elsie's Pub shows Kahok games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. Elsie's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at Elsie's Pub. Elsie's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice. The people of Illinois welcome you. The folks in Collinsville, Illinois, well, they want you to stick around for a while and enjoy the sights, the fun, the food, and of course, the Collinsville Kahawks. The city of Collinsville is a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District. So welcome to Collinsville. Come on over, catch a Kahawks game, or enjoy some of the new places to eat, shop, and have fun. There's plenty to do for the young and the young at heart. Enjoy Christmas at the Collins House during the holidays, tunes at Bloom in the warm summer months, and more. There's plenty to do in Collinsville, so come on over for a bit. The folks in Collinsville would love to see you. For more information, go to www.collinsville.org. Looking to buy a new home or sell your current home? trust the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now, and you can trust the years of experience the Blaylock Group brings to the table. The Blaylock Group can help you find your dream home, or they can help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty, 618-780-4622. That's 618-780-4622. The Blaylock Group of eXp Realty. The Times-Tribune, Madison County's longest-running leading independent newspaper. The Times-Tribune covers Troy, Collinsville, Maryville, and all the villages and communities of Madison County. From area city halls to sports, including the Collinsville Kahawks and Unit 10 District News. The Times-Tribune covers that and more. The Times-Tribune is a weekly hometown newspaper published every Thursday, and a one-year subscription is only $40 for the printed and online editions. For more information, call the Times-Tribune at 618-667-3111, online at timestribunenews.com, or follow them on Facebook at Times-Tribune. The reviews are in. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville is a hit in the Metro East. Folks both local and just visiting the area are calling Old Herald Brewery and Distillery a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville is located at 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville and is home to one of the only restaurants in the state with their own brewery and distillery that produces some of the best brews and spirits in the industry. And the food? All created by an in-house chef using local ingredients that will please any palate. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville has daily specials for both inside diners as well as offering curbside pickup specials and family size specials. And don't forget to take home a bottle or a growler of beers brewed on site at Old Herald Brewery and Distillery. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville. Check their Facebook page for daily specials, online ordering at oldheraldbrewery.com, or give them a call at 855-8027. And once again, welcome back to Kahok Stadium here on the campus of Collinsville High School. Todd Duke, Brett Borum with you. We're just about ready to go here for second half action. 1-1 after one half of play between Collinsville and Belleville West. Belleville West scoring first. Addie Gagan scored, and that was just about actually 6 minutes into this contest. And then it was just a little bit later on. About 10 minutes later, Kiefner scored for Collinsville on a nice assist from Gary. Kiefner's first goal, and that puts us at 1-1. JV won here earlier tonight by a score of 4-0. In baseball action, the freshman team won 7-6 over Waterloo. Boys volleyball action, varsity won 2-1 over Alton Marquette, while JV lost 2-1 against Alton Marquette. Softball, they were in action today too. The varsity team lost 9-2, and the JV team lost 17-2. Both of those games took place at Belleville West. So you are now caught up with all the scores that I have for you. We are just about ready to go. We switch ends of the pitch here, and Addie Johnson in goal to your right, while Emma Hubble in goal to your left, and we are underway here in half number 2. Collinsville looking to take the lead here as they've had many more opportunities than Belleville West had in that first half. Despite the Maroons scoring the first goal of the game, Collinsville had the majority of the chances, and boy, did they, and they just couldn't put that one in there that was going to give them the lead. So we'll try to do that here in the second half, and we are already underway in half number 2. Collinsville already putting one toward the middle where Morgan Rader was waiting for a pass, but it never made it to her. Here is Jordan Gary. Gary will send the ball out to Van Dyke, and then Jordan Gary got taken down. Free kick, Collinsville.
Jordan Gary's going to put this on frame.
I usually have these windows open, but
I
I don't because of all this wind and this
hard to see.
Backlight glare from the glare and the lights on the press box really make it hard to see.
Yep.
I like to be able to open these windows, but that wind is not coming down, which is usually the case when, oh, that was off the crossbar, or that was off the crossbar of the football goal. Sometimes it's hard to tell. It hits it so hard and bounces straight down, and you can't tell which bar it hit. Yeah.
Wind blowing the same way.
Yep.
I guess it's okay.
Yep, blowing right at the press box. So if we open up the windows, all you're going to hear is a wind tunnel. That sounds not fun. Well, yeah, they're going to call Morgan Rader on that one.
That was a foul. I was waiting for it.
Yep. 5 against 5. Morgan Rader taking down Izzy Alvarez. And a free kick coming up here for Belleville West, but this one's going to be a lot farther away than Collinsville's just was. About 80 yards back or so. It's sent up the sideline and taken care of over there by Miss Gagan, who scored the only goal so far for Belleville West. Collinsville, they work the ball back up, get it into the midfield circle. That is Jordan Gary. Gary circles around, trying to get around Madison Smith. Does so with a little bit of a wide angle. And now Jordan looking to cut it back across the middle. She's in the front of the box, and she puts one on goal, and it's off of the post again. How many posts can we hit here tonight? Man, oh, man.
Jordan Gary dribbled away from the goal to create space. I don't know if you noticed that, but she was trying to create space for her runners that were moving into space. And what did she beat? 2 or 3 girls on that dribble?
Yeah.
Almost scored.
Yeah, she's almost scored about 4 times here tonight. She did score once. It came back because of an offside.
I was telling my Nostradamus story down at the at the fence line, too.
Yeah. You and Hank in the gang?
Yep.
Yeah, Hank Hill. I'll be, buddy. Sounds like you ought to be in the fortune-telling business, I tell you.
That's a really good impression.
37 minutes left to go here in the second half. I keep those to a minimum. I got a good Harry Carey one, too. I break out every once in a while for baseball season. They're fun every once in a while. So, Collinsville, plenty of chances here, but we are still stuck in a 1-1 game. And we are hoping that the Kahawks will change their fortunes here a little bit later on because we don't want to do that one thing.
I was able to confirm there is some sort of what appears to be a toe injury with Megan Jeremiah.
Got to have those toes to play this game, don't you?
Yep. Flip throw.
Yeah, the flip throw. All for show. Not really much of an effect, but nevertheless, Belleville West gets it in as they look to try to get a shot on goal. They do, and it's going to go wide. And out the other side, it's going to be a goal kick restart coming up here for Collinsville.
That flip throw was not the threat of a Chase Richardson flip throw. Not a threat like the O'Fallon boys.
Wasn't very elegant, was it?
No.
That was a slip and a fall flip throw. Have not been on the air since the big news in Cardinal land, so I'm going to touch on that for a moment. Nice to see Albert Pujols back. I can finally break out my Albert Pujols jersey that's been stored in mothballs for the last 11 years.
I have one still hanging in my closet.
Yeah, that's the only time I've ever bought a jersey. I told my wife after his about 3rd year, I said I want a Pujols jersey because this dude's going to go down in history as one of the best ever, and I have a feeling he's going to be a Cardinal for life, and then he broke my heart.
Well, you got 11 good years out of him, or 10
oh yeah,
11.
Oh yeah, I know. And now they're going to call that one offside. How did they call that offside with everybody already down there?
Laney Blandis did a really good job of defending Addie Gagan over here on this right side, just keeping her at bay, containing her. Wasn't able to get past her.
So I didn't hold any hard feelings against Mr. Pujols. You know those things are always usually business decisions. Yeah. I was heartbroken, but that went away after a while, but I swore I wasn't going to wear his jersey again until he retired and made it to the Hall of Fame. Now I can break it back out. Ooh, that's off of the face of Ryan Dyke. That kind of stings a little bit.
Well,
throw in, and here comes Foley, and Foley takes a shot. That one's high off of the crossbar of the goal post as well. So we've had a couple of goal posts hit on the football field on both ends.
Getting back to that Pujols thing, I think what I like most about it is the fact that it's just 1 year.
Oh, yeah.
It's made it clear it's just 1 year, so it's not going to be no drama like Molina. Is he coming back this year?
Right.
Is he coming? So
yeah, the only one we don't know about is Wainwright. He hasn't said whether this is going to be his final year.
Right.
That was a miss hit by Cindy Summer. That was miss hit, and then the wind pushed it the rest of the way out of bounds. And I like the fact that the National League has the DH as well, and that was why you necessitated the signing of Albert Pujols. And the way he batted against left-handed pitchers last year, why not?
Right.
Here's Collinsville. They're playing a little bit more defense now than offense, but We're hoping to change that. Jordan Gary, she'll get a hold of the ball, and she'll head off to the races. She gets some speed in front of Alvarez, comes in on the left side, centers one, and it's picked off. And now Jordan will try to get back there and play defense, but she couldn't. Kyra Van Dyke will pick it up at the midfield spot, send it all the way back up, and then that is taken off of the foot there of Georgia Cox, and Belleville West will try to generate a little offense. On the run is Mathenia. She's got some freaking speed, man, for somebody who scored 4 goals and played last night. She was flying up that far wing.
That's deceiving speed. When you look at her, you don't.
She's tired now.
Yeah, you don't think she's fast, but man, was she blazing down that left flank.
Yeah, she was. Addie Johnson sends it back out to the midfield circle, and it's off of the foot of Mia Schaefer and out of bounds. Yeah, I was even shocked by that speed. She still hasn't caught her breath.
I haven't seen that all game. That's the first time I saw that.
Yeah. Because we had her playing right here in front of us for that first half, and she did not display that speed at all. Back at the midfield stripe, Collinsville trying to work it back up for a little offensive push.
Nice job, Cox.
Yeah. Now Morgan Rader steps in on the action. And then it's sent up that near sideline, but it's going to be out of bounds. And the throw-in belongs to Belleville West and Izzy Alvarez, more specifically. Alvarez right underneath our location. Throws the ball in off of the foot of Gebhardt, and then it's popped up into the air after it met a couple of bodies, and it's going to go back Collinsville's way now. Belandis with the throw in here on the near side sideline as we have about 8 minutes expired here in this second half with a 1-1 contest. And just a series of throw-ins now. We're just going to switch back and forth. Each team's going to take their turns throwing it in. Almost another throw-in there by Collinsville. Here's another opportunity coming for Foley. Foley takes a shot and a save by Johnson, and then it bounces up off the goalpost of the football upright, and that's going to be a corner kick coming up here for Belleville West.
Foley's a pretty impressive player in the middle of the field for Belleville West. She's able to take on defenders. Got a quick shot off there, almost put one in.
I think Mathenia's still standing down there trying to catch her breath, so she's like, I'm already over here. Just go ahead and let me do the corner kick.
All right.
31 and a half minutes to go here in the second half. 1-1 contest, and Mathenia strikes it from the far side corner, pops it up. It comes all the way out to the other side, and it's popped up into the air, and there is Addie Johnson taking a hold of that ball right before a sliding Mia Schaefer came in, almost took her feet out from under her.
Yeah, she almost got taken out.
Yeah. So Johnson will pop it straight up, but that wind will send it right back down. Takes a couple of bounces, and it's going to go out of bounds. And once again, it'll be a throw-in for Belleville West here at midfield. Collinsville can't control the ball because they can't get in control of it. Here is Hensey, who will try to figure that out right now. Up to Van Dyke. Van Dyke finds Gary. Gary at the midcourt logo does a nice job sidestepping a defender. Now she has some room to work with. Sends the ball up, but sends it up off of a body, and now Collinsville has to make sure they're not offside. And that's not going to matter anyway, as that ball was a little too fast for Morgan Rader to track down, and it'll be another throw-in coming up here for Izzy Alvarez and Belleville West. That one's popped right back out of bounds off of the head of Morgan Rader. I saw Lydia Fluss on the field earlier today in warm-ups. She's looking like she's close to being ready to play.
I've heard rumors that she might be making an effort here sometime in April.
Yeah, she's had that ACL problem for the better part of 2 years now.
Yeah, I know. It's both knees too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I hate to see that happen to good kids.
Here is Gary. Finds that ball. Somehow that ball finds her. She breaks it on the left wing, and then she gets shoved down from behind just outside the box.
And he's not calling that.
Yeah.
He's not calling anything.
Yeah, we're going to get a corner kick. This will be Collinsville's first corner kick, won't it?
I'm not sure how that wasn't a foul.
I don't know either. Took her down from behind, it seemed to me.
Jordan's tough, though.
Here is Sarah Hensey with the corner kick. Hensey has that arm raised. She's ready to go. Ball is on the way, and it comes out in front, popped up in the air, and guess who finds it? Jordan Gary. Sends it back over to the sideline, trying to find Hensey, and that was a mishit there by Gagan, and now she'll track the ball down and send it up, but picking it up there after a whistle wouldn't matter anyway.
He's got a foul on somebody.
A little bit too late calling that foul, if you ask me.
He's pushing her back. I don't know where that foul was.
I don't know either. We saw one that didn't get called, and now we have one that got called that we didn't see. Alvarez sends the ball back out to midfield, and it's picked off. Nice job there by Georgia Cox. Cox sends the ball up to Van Dyke. Van Dyke tried to little step right in front of Sarah Foley, but Foley wouldn't have any part of that, so she'll send the ball up. And now Belleville West will head back the other way, looking for a little offense themselves. At midfield, comes up to Gagan. Gagan trying to work herself around Belandis, and does so with another one nice
Great
move.
job,
And Belandis
Laney.
bumps her off of it, and Belandis will bring it up. Jordan Gary says, send it up past the line. I'll go get it, but it didn't make it up that far, and that's off of a Belleville West player and out of bounds. So Collinsville will get the throw in. Morgan Rader will throw it up the line for Jordan Gary. She'll track it down just outside the box and try to fend off her defender. She does. She circles. She gets held a little bit. And a shot and off of a body, and all the way back out front it goes. It'll find Sarah Foley once again. Foley with a head of steam. She'll work the ball up. She throws it up there just a little bit too far, and Addie Johnson will let it roll right to her and scoop it up. 27:40 left to go here in the second half. We're still tied 1-1.
I've been watching, 6, 7, 8 games now this year for the Kahawks, and this Laney Belandis playing this left back position for the Kahawks has just impressed me all year. They keep trying to push her up in the midfield, but I think she's stronger back here as a back. She's a great player.
They try, but it doesn't take, huh?
I don't know. I think she's stronger back here as a wing back. She's strong, physical.
Jordan Gary sends the ball up, and it ends up finding the feet of Sophia Kiefner, and Kiefner got tugged on so many times. I didn't really, they didn't call anything, and now there's contact in the box. The goalkeeper and Morgan Rader made contact, but that was well after the fact that Hubble already had the ball in her hands. Hubble pops it back out to midfield. Comes down off of the foot of Gagan so hard that Morgan Rader picks it up, and it's sent back, and now once again Belandis with it. She'll pop it back into the offensive side of things, and then off of the head, and that's going to roll too far, and it's going to go out of bounds just where the corner meets over there, but unfortunately it hit the sideline and not the end line. Or did it?
It's going to be a throw.
Throw, okay, that's what I thought. Came just to the left of that flagpole down there. That was wind aided.
Looks like
Belandis is going to throw this one in. Belandis is ready. Throws it down to the ground, and it's picked up almost. And then Gagan finds a hold of it. Hinsey will send the ball back up the sideline, and Morgan Rader will take it over from there, but they're going to say she was out of bounds. Ball never went out of bounds. I don't know if she was standing out of bounds when she made contact with the ball. That's probably what they called. Alvarez throws it back in again. It's popped up, and it comes down off of Van Dyke. Van Dyke will send it over toward midfield, but didn't quite make it that far, so she'll get another opportunity. Back over here to Belandis. Belandis trying to find Gary, and it just goes right past her head. She probably heard that go right by her ear. Yeah. Out of bounds once again. Gagan couldn't keep it in, and another throw-in coming up here for Belandis. Belandis throws it into Morgan Rader. Rader will send it back to Belandis. Belandis gets pressured from behind, so sends it back up to Morgan. And Morgan trying to feed Jordan Gary, bounces it right back off of a Belleville West body, and then Jordan Gary steps in front of it, in front of the box. She gets pressured from behind. All kinds of white jerseys around Jordan Gary now. Over on the far side, sent back over into the middle, and it'll come out here to the near side for Morgan Rader. She'll try to track it down before it goes out of bounds, and she can't.
Collinsville's made a couple subs here. 2 freshmen entering the game. Morgan Lang on the right wing, and Lily, number 15.
I had that. Yeah, Liliana Lira?
Yep.
Yeah.
Both have entered the game as subs.
Both scored goals in that JV game.
Correct. Oh, that's a nice ball.
All the way up.
Trouble.
Here's is dangerous. Here is Mathenia, and she scores. And Belleville West takes a 2-1 lead.
I'm not sure who that was on Belleville West who threaded that pass to Mathenia screaming down that left wing, but it was a beautiful threaded pass. She was off to the races one-on-one with Addie Johnson.
Yep.
Collinsville's defense could not keep up.
That's a real shame, too, because Collinsville's offense has been playing stellar this whole game, and they just can't bury one.
Right.
You know, if they could have buried half of what they've shot on goal, we could probably be up 6-2 right now. That ball ends up going out of bounds, and this one's going to belong to Collinsville. So the Kahawks, they will have to work back again. They trailed 1-0, and 10 minutes after that goal was scored, Collinsville tied it up. Let's hope that we can get this equalizer here with some enough time left to finish it up. Here is Jordan Gary. She cuts in from the left side of the box, throws one in the middle. It finds Raider back over to Gary, and then she was taken off the ball by a nice defensive play there by Alvarez. And now Gagan comes up with it once again. She'll get shoved down from behind by Morgan Raider and wonder why she's going to get called.
Jordan Gary's motor doesn't quit, does it, Todd?
Nope.
Just keeps going.
So a free kick here for Belleville West. 2-1 in favor of the Lady Maroons. Lady Maroons picked up their second win of the season last night. Collinsville trying to do that here tonight. Here is Jordan Gary off of her head, but it goes back to the defense for the Maroons. No purple jerseys back there to supply any help, so they move the ball up fairly well and fairly quickly and trying to get it behind the defense once again. That ball will be out of bounds, pushed in front of the Belleville West bench. Quick throw-in coming up here for the Maroons.
Collinsville does not deserve to be trailing at this point.
Not really.
Minus the first 5 minutes of the match, they've pretty much controlled everything.
Yep, just some unfortunate bounces. We've hit the post, 3 times?
Yep.
That ball goes into the Belleville West bench. 22.5 minutes to go here in half number 2. And Collinsville finds themselves trailing by 1. As that ball is pushed back toward the midfield circle, it finds Van Dyke, and then Collinsville loses control of the ball. They'll get it right back, and it's back to Van Dyke. She'll send it back to the defense, and Summer will send it over to Hinsey. Hinsey, she'll move the ball forward, trying to find Gary. She does so. Jordan gets a little shove from behind, and then will send the ball over to Van Dyke. Van Dyke, she has plenty of room to move, no one in front of her, so she'll bring it up a little farther, deeper into the zone. She'll put one into the front of the box, and it'll roll all the way out to the other side and go across the end line. And
nobody there.
No one home. That'll be another goal kick restart here for Hubble. Off day for us tomorrow. I believe there's baseball and softball on the schedule, but if I was a betting man, I'd say those probably won't get played. And Morgan Raider heads off. She was limping a little bit after that contact.
Yep.
And in to take her place is Sophia Kiefner. Kiefner has been in and out since the beginning of this game.
Mm-hmm. She contributes on a regular basis.
Yeah, she's looked all right.
Yep.
Ball up here on the sideline. Saved by Belleville West. And here is Gagan, who got things started with the first goal of the game. That one's off of the foot of Grace Gebhardt. So Collinsville will get a throw in here, and it'll be Bolandis once again. And Bolandis throws the ball up for Kiefner. Kiefner gets taken off of it, and then that's off of the shins of George Cox. So Alvarez with another throw in for the Maroons.
Collinsville subbing again. Hennessy entering the lineup for Lyra.
Okay. Hennessy got the start tonight after they found out that Shelby Hawk couldn't go. And Collinsville trying to track it down here. Here is Hinsey. Hinsey on the sideline, knocks it out of bounds. And they're going to say it was off of the ankle there of Gagan, so Collinsville will get the throw in.
Those two moves with Shelby Hawk and Megan Jeremias being out changes the total complexion of the Collinsville lineup. You have to play your center mid, now playing center back, moving someone who's not used to playing center mid into Hinsey's role, and then Jordan now playing a striker. It's a different look.
It's mix and match, and they don't really match.
Right now, I feel that way, yeah.
Yeah. So just when Coach was telling me that they were getting all their injured players back, what do you know? We're missing a few more. Mm-hmm. Here is Jordan Gary. Collinsville needs an equalizer. They trail right now by a score of 2-1. Here is Gary. She gets a little close contact there with Madison Emming, and then over on the far side, Gary still with it, looking to cross, and a pass that goes right into the hands of Hubble just as Collinsville was trying to break in there on goal.
Jordan's doing everything she can, willing herself to try and either get the equalizer or set somebody up for it.
Here is Hubble. That ball goes all the way back to the midfield stripe, and then Sarah Foley will send it all the way back to Addie Johnson. Johnson pops it up into the night sky. Over the head of Gagan and even over the head of Kiefner. And Alvarez getting her fair share of throw-ins here in the second half. That ball over everybody. Collinsville will just send it out of bounds and make Belleville West do it all over again. Alvarez gets the ball in, and trying to track it down is Sarah Foley. Foley turns the corner, puts on a spin move, trying to get around Van Dyke. She does a couple of times, and now she sends the ball back and trying to spring one of her teammates, but Collinsville ends up taking that ball over, and here is Georgia Cox. Cox to Gary. Gary working the ball up and trying to get around Madison Smith. Smith is tugging and grabbing.
Pulling shirts.
Yeah. That ball comes out, and Collinsville will take a gun. Here we go. Collinsville's got a chance here. This one is onside. Shot and a goal. Big time there. Scored by Georgia Cox, and we are tied.
There's the equalizer we needed. I don't know who slotted that pass to Georgia Cox, but as our partner over here says, the seas parted. There was so much space once that ball was threaded through. Again, getting back behind that Belleville defense. We've been doing it all night.
So Collinsville does get the equalizer, and it did not take 10 minutes. It only took about 6. And we are tied at 2. So here we are tied once again, but now we're getting later into the game. 18:05 left to play here in this second half. Collinsville does get the equalizer, and now they'll work to try to get the one that'll give them the go-ahead opportunity here. And Collinsville pops the ball up into the air. It comes right down in front of the Belleville bench, and it's knocked out of bounds. And I believe they got Morgan Rader back into the game.
She did check back in the game.
She's a gamer as well.
She is. She was the leading scorer last year, right?
Yep, she was.
Is she on the board yet?
I believe so. Yeah, she has 2.
Okay.
All right, so Belleville West send the ball back. Collinsville's defense picks it up. They'll bring it over here for Kiefner. Kiefner back to Belandis. Belandis trying to find Jordan Gary off of a head. That ball is going to go out of bounds. Collinsville will get a throw in, and Belandis will take it. Had to get the other ball off the field first. Now Belandis throws it up, and it is Jordan Gary going to try to track that down over here on the left wing, and she just got bumped at the last second there by Madison Smith, and that allowed Jordan Gary not to be able to corral that ball, and it ends up going across the line.
Jordan usually has a great first touch. That touch just got away from her there at the very end.
Comes back out to the midfielders. Here is Van Dyke, steps around a defense player. Nicely done there. Kyra will send the ball over. Or I thought she was going to send it over there to Rader on that sideline, but she doesn't. Instead, she tries to send it up into the box, but it goes past everyone. She had Morgan over there on that far sideline just waiting for the pass, and she just never got it.
Right.
Never sent it to her. And out to midfield it goes. Hate it when he does that. I'm like, wait a minute, how am I talking down there when I'm talking over here? Here is Jordan Gary.
Nice ball.
Gary sends it up to Morgan Rader, trying to track that ball down, and that's sent out of bounds by, okay. I thought it was going to be against Belleville West. Instead, it's against Collinsville. Throw in. West handles it for just a second. Collinsville sends it back to the defense. Defense sends it on up the line. And it's a foot race that Alvarez is just going to let the ball go as that ball got a little bit of speed, man. You get that wind behind it, and that wind will push it the rest of the way out. And believe me, it's still blowing stiff.
It is.
Back to Gagan it goes. Gagan,
good body.
A little past her, comes up to Belandis. Belandis trying to send it up to Gary. She was just hoping that ball would skip right past number 10, Emig. And now Jordan Gary trying to track the ball down over here on this near sideline. She does so, and then she gets tripped. She picks herself back up, sends one into the middle anyway.
She's just getting
She is, man, getting taken down all over the place. Ball up to Gagan. Collinsville tries to pick it off. They can't. They'll send the ball up, but it's picked up over there by Olivia Johnson. Johnson will send it back out to the midfield circle. And trying to track it down was Georgia Cox. She couldn't, and Sarah Foley ends up coming up with it here for Belleville West. We have under 15 minutes to play here in the second half. We're knotted at 2 after a 1-1 first half. We have a 1-1 second half thus far.
You know, if we're going to keep having to do this up here with the windows closed, we're going to need to get the maintenance to come up and wash these a little bit for us. Can we talk to the AD about that?
Yeah, I'm sure we can. Ball popped up into the air and out to midfield it goes. Bounces into the circle and then pushed back up by Belleville West. Gets over the head of the Collinsville defense, but they'll track it down maybe. And Sarah Hinsey gets tugged from behind. No one calling that. And then Sarah finds a little opening there and gets the ball up to Van Dyke. She sends it to the sideline, and that one's going to stay on the sideline until it finally bounces out of bounds. There's a lot of tugging of jerseys going on out here, man.
Yeah, there is. Girls, man, they're fierce. Especially when they get older. They get mean. I know. I have a daughter.
I hear you. I got one of those, too. Mine has graduated and out of the house already. Yep, to the midfielders it goes. Popped up into the air and in front of the box. Uh-oh. There's a chance for Mathenia, who already has the goal that gave them a 2-1 lead. Now she'll circle over and she'll use that body of hers. She just takes out one of the Collinsville players, and that looked like a hip check in a hockey game, man.
She put
Sydney
Summer,
Summer. I know. And
who is a big, strong girl, on her butt.
Sure did.
I think Sydney looked up and was like, where's the call?
Yeah. Well, she got the call. Free kick from inside the box, though, and that'll be out toward midfield. Not quite going to make it out there, but here is Sarah Hinsey with an opportunity. Hinsey with a nice move to get around one defender, and that is Foley. She's over there holding that right arm like she's got some right arm problems. Either that or she's got a cramp in her side.
I'm starting to feel like we have a little bit of a mismatch going with the Mathenia girl and Olivia Johnson on that right side. I would consider moving Belandis over there with her speed and swapping the two, especially getting late into the game.
Got pushed from behind. Did Georgia Cox. She wanted the call against Gagan, but it didn't come. And now here is Foley. Foley trying to get around Van Dyke. Foley's got some speed. And after catching her breath there for a little while, she brings it back up, but that's a nice defensive play by Olivia Johnson. Yeah. Johnson gets it up to the midfield circle for Gary. Gary sends it back to where it came from, and then miss hit will send it back onto the feet of the Maroons. And Alvarez over there. That was almost a bad pass by Belleville West, but it comes back out to the midfield circle surrounding the Kahok logo, and Collinsville punches it back up. It gets past Alvarez, and that ball will roll out of bounds. Another throw in by Alvarez, and we're back to action. Here is Summer. She'll poke the ball back up. Now Jordan Gary with it. She'll send the ball up onto the foot of Georgia Cox. Cox trying to return the favor and give it back to Gary, but that was a miss hit and ends up being taken over by Belleville. And
that's a high kick.
Kyra Van Dyke almost got kicked in the face. Foley almost kicked her in the face.
I don't know how that girl can get her leg up that high.
Me either. Especially after running around for about an hour and a half.
This is Sarah Hinsey distance right here.
Yeah, right at that 30-yard line. That's about 40 yards out. Hinsey, she'll strike it, and it's going to go wide. Second time today she's hit one wide. You need to stop saying that.
I do. I do.
Jinx, jinx, jinx. I don't believe in that stuff. Everybody else does, though. I can't believe you said that.
She has one of the strongest legs I've seen for a girl. When the wind's not blowing, seeing her in warm-ups, she's got a cannon.
Hubble sends the ball out, and Collinsville trying to track it down. Rader couldn't get it away, but Belleville West knocks it out of bounds, so a throw-in. And that one really doesn't go to anybody wearing any purple. Here is Hinsey. She'll strike another one. That one's got some juice on it, but it goes wide on the other side. I don't know if that was partially tipped at the point of contact, but nothing seems to be going straight tonight. Everything is windblown. Collinsville has hit the post 3 times. Had one goal called back for an offside. Here is is there going to be a call there as Jordan Gary ends up running into Hubble, and referee checks on Gary real quick. Doesn't appear like he warned her of anything. I think he was just making sure she was okay.
I think so.
Collinsville, and here is Morgan Rader. Rader trying to turn the corner. Gets taken off the ball, but
go,
stays
Morgan.
with it. Nicely done. And then she'll send the ball up, but she'll send it right to a Belleville West player, and Belleville West will send the ball back out toward midfield. And after a couple of bounces, it makes it off of the head of Sydney Summer. And Collinsville tracks it down. Here is Gary. Jordan comes over to that far sideline, trying to find Morgan Rader. Rader trying to get there first. Pops that ball straight up, and that's going to be a corner kick for Collinsville.
Kick, right? Yeah.
Yep. This one will take place over on the far side corner, and Collinsville with a set piece. This is when you have the wind at your back, so don't hit it too hard. Let the wind take care of it.
Yep.
Hinsey will go over there. She's a pro at that kind of thing. So
I'd like to see a low-driven ball versus one that's going to get up in the air and sail.
Yeah.
Let's drive something low, and hopefully we can get a ping pong and knock it in.
That would be nice. All right. Here it is. Nope. It's going to be up high. Comes right in front, though, and it's going to be sent all the way back out front. Belandis, all she has to do is settle it down and send it back up. She does, and that's going to go wide as well.
Right. That's okay. That's a good idea. I'm okay with that shot. Just got to get it on frame.
Well, I think you need to start your shot off by aiming to the right so the wind can push it to the left. That's what I think a lot of the problem is. Here is Gary again with another opportunity. She'll split the defenders and get past one, but could not get past Madison Smith, but a shot will go wide again.
But we got to be crashing that net. That ball cannot scoot through the 6-yard box and get by that back post without somebody getting something on it. There's two of them. Yes, you're right.
Here is Hubble on the corner of that 6-yard box, ready with the goal kick restart. And that wind will push it toward the near side sideline, and then it spins. Comes down for Belleville West. Collinsville uses the head of Sydney Summer once again to get it back on the offensive side of that 50-yard line at the football field. That one up the sideline, and Addie Johnson will come out to the far side of the 18-yard box and pick that one up. Getting late, folks. We have 7:40 left to play here in the second half. Johnson pops the ball back up to the midfield circle. Here is Van Dyke. She'll send it up into the air and off of the head of one of the defenders. Gary trying to track it down, and she will. Sends it back to Van Dyke. And Van Dyke with her head up, looking forward, sends it back past the defense, and Alvarez will try to track it down. Alvarez will do so, and she'll send it back out. And here is a chance for Cox. Cox had to go off of her head and stay up high. And now Georgia being wrestled down to the ground by both defenders over there for Belleville West. Comes to Belandis, and Belandis will turn and circle, give it to Hinsey, and Hinsey will send the ball back out to the front of the box where the defense will just let it go, and Hubble will take it from there. 6:45 left to play here in this second half. And then a ball will roll all the way to Addie Johnson. Yeah, she had to back up and get over that line.
That'd have been a problem.
Yeah. Johnson sends the ball back out to midfield. Belleville West tries to make their attack, but Collinsville's defense holds steady. Kahok send it back into the offensive side, and here is Gary being held from behind, and then she falls down, and Belleville West will send the ball back out to midfield. And we do have a foul that was called on that play, so Collinsville will get a re-kick here and get a free kick here, and it'll be Sydney Summer who will take this one from about 45 yards away.
That's a little far.
Start off to the right, let the wind take it to the left. Sydney's looking over at the sideline, getting some instruction from the coaches. Now she sends the ball up, and it comes out of the side. From the far side to the near side, that's been the MO here tonight. You got to play the wind. I said it wasn't going to be an advantage for everyone, but
right.
I didn't think it'd be this much of a disadvantage. That ball stayed low, and Hubble didn't get that one the way she wanted it to. And Collinsville has it bank off of a body and slowly roll out of bounds, and it'll belong to Belleville West, and Alvarez will have yet another throw in.
Yeah, the West goalkeeper struggling to get them goal kicks out of her own end with this wind.
Alvarez comes all the way up the line with it. Out of bounds it goes again. Throw in coming up here for Collinsville and Laney Belandis. 4:40 left to play. We're getting kind of late here, kids. Really didn't want to have any overtime here.
Yeah, me neither. Been here since 4:30.
Yeah, I got here about 5. All right, K-Hawks, let's go. Up to the midfield circle it goes, but it bounces off of a body and picked up by the defense. Up to Jordan Gary it goes. Gary trying to pop it into the box and find Morgan Rager. She has to deal with Miss Weebles over there, and Weebles won that one. And the ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Collinsville on a throw-in. Throw-in finds Foley for Belleville West, but she didn't get it that far, so Van Dyke will send it back up to Gary. Gary sends it to Rader. Rader with a shot on goal. That goes wide on the far side.
Come on, ladies. Got to get it on frame.
They have not made Hubble work as much as she did in the first half, that's for sure. Hubble ready to send us back to action here. She does, and another low kick. That one is off of the head of Kiefner and ends up going out of bounds. Collinsville with another throw-in. And it'll be Belandis to Gary. Gary gets double teamed just about every time she touches the ball now. Puts on a nice move, another nice move in front. And she'll put one toward the goal. That's blocked out by a shin or two. And then it'll pop out all the way over here on this near sideline. Well, Gagan will take over. Now Gagan trying to work herself around Georgia Cox. And it ends up going off of Gagan. And Belandis will have a throw-in. And everybody trying to throw the ball in and trying to find Jordan Gary. That ball will be sent back out. We'll get to do it all over again.
Jordan just couldn't get her hips squared up to the goal on that last sequence where she couldn't get the shot off.
Belandis throws it over the head of Jordan Gary this time. Comes back out, but taking over for it once again is Georgia Cox. She'll send it up into the box, and it falls down. And coming out is Hubble, and I think Hubble fell down to the ground before the ball even made it to her.
Mm-hmm.
Hubble gets a little bit of a better piece of it this time because it wasn't on the ground. And then Hensey sends the ball back up to the near sideline, and Georgia Cox is there. She'll take over and get around Alvarez and trying to spring her teammate Hennessy, but that ball was blocked out. It'll roll all the way back now to Addie Johnson. We're under 2 minutes to go here in regulation. If somebody wants to win this game before overtime hits, they're going to have to do it
now.
Now would be good.
I don't feel like Wes has been pushing numbers up as much the last 10, 15 minutes since they scored. Played more of a defensive style game for about the last 10, 15 minutes.
Ball out of bounds. Collinsville will have a throw-in. We're down to 90 seconds to go here in regulation. Here is Belandis. And Belandis off of the head of Gagan. Comes down, and Belleville West tries to take over first. They can't. Georgia Cox ends up with it and gets out of a hold. Comes up and feeds Jordan Gary. Gary circles. Comes back in front of the goal. Tries to send one over to Morgan Rader. Oh, it's offsides.
Yep. That Belleville West wingback stepped up just as the ball was played.
1 minute to go here in this second half. Ball placed in front of the box, and Hubble will send it back out again. And that one's going to take a ride into the Kahok bench. And they're going to say that it was off of a body belonging to Belleville West, so the Kahawks with another opportunity here. Throw-in's going to come from Olivia Johnson. Johnson up the line, and Morgan Rader, who makes her way up that sideline, gets it to Gary. Gary right in front of the box sends one on, and that's almost off of the Hubble and through, but that ball not across the inline. Collinsville still alive here. Here is Georgia Cox. Cox gets taken off the ball. Comes back over to Van Dyke. Van Dyke finds Hensey. Hensey, she gets pushed off the ball and then does a little holding herself. We're down to the final 10 seconds to go in this one, and here is Addie that's going to send the ball back out, and we're going to have a foul called. We're going to stop the clock, and we're going to get a red or yellow card. And it looks like Miss Mathenia is going to get a free kick here, or it's going to go against her. It's going against her.
I think it's going against her.
It is going against her. So Collinsville will have a free kick all the way back down here with 5.4 seconds left to play.
Yeah, Olivia Johnson was the one that was taken down.
So Mathenia has to head off. She won't be coming back until overtime. And Sydney Summer sends the ball downfield, and Collinsville's not going to have enough time to get a shot on goal, and that's going to do it. We are headed to overtime. We got a break coming up for you, and we'll be back in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports
White
Network.
fans, this is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Whether building a new home, making an addition to the home you currently own, or finally getting around to that remodeling job you've been putting off, Pace Design and Construction in Maryville can help. Pace Design and Construction is a building and remodeling contractor you can trust. They provide the highest quality, they are dedicated to their customers, and are committed to completing your project on time and within budget. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Give them a call at 618-407-5466, online at pacedesignconstruct.com, or on Facebook at Pace Construction Design.
Just because you can cut your own hair doesn't mean you should. The Shop, a great place in Collinsville for men and boys' haircuts, is where you should take your hair. The Shop is owned and operated by Collinsville High School graduates Danny Kress and Jody Neiman, and is located at 103 South Seminary Street in Uptown Collinsville. The Shop isn't just another place to get a haircut, as Danny and Jody take great joy in getting to know their clients and look forward to turning those clients into friends. When you sit in a stylish chair at the Shop, Jody and Danny pride themselves on getting to know you well enough to say the usual. So, men and boys, if you're tired of the same old cookie cutter approach to haircuts, check out Danny and Jody at the Shop. You may just walk out with not only a fantastic cut, but you may also walk out with a friend or two. The Shop in Collinsville, 618-772-7175. No appointment necessary. The Shop, 103 South Seminary in Uptown Collinsville.
Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petroftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com. All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent customer service. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or on Facebook at All Pro Tees. Or call All Pro Tees at 344-2200.
Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking, conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA Storage team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100.
And once again, welcome back to Kahok Stadium here on the campus of Collinsville High School. I'm Todd Duke. Brett Bourne was on the other microphone. Sorry, I forgot to turn down my microphone, so if you heard me not being very happy about setting up my camera, I have to set up my camera in case they go to PKs, because if we go to PKs, the camera that we're using will pay attention to all the girls standing at midfield and not focus on the goal where the ball is being struck into. So just in case, I had to set it up, and if we do go to PKs, we'll be ready to switch cameras. That's what was going on, and most of the time I was just joking while I was saying some not so pleasant things.
Man, this Foley girl is just juking left and right in the Collinsville midfield. She's a good player.
So we are in overtime, and in case you're not familiar with the overtime situation, you play 2 10-minute overtime periods. There is no such thing as a golden goal. You don't get to win as soon as you score. You have to play the full 2 10-minute periods, and if somebody scores, then the game will be over. If not, then we'll go to the penalty kick phase. So I really wish they would change that rule. I like golden goals, unless it's against me.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. They're fun, they're exciting, and it's just like an instant final finale you're over with. And
now you celebrate, and then you got to go back and reset and play another 10 minutes.
Right. So the first 10 minutes is up on the board, and we're already down to 8:25 left to play. I told my wife I should be home somewhere around 8:30, quarter to 9.
Wrong.
I should know better than to say those things. You know?
Heat up the leftovers.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, when I get home, it'll be a Lunchable. Leftovers are already packed away for my lunch tomorrow. No. I'm the one who cooked. So I cooked, and here comes Foley. Foley into the front of the box. And a shot and a save by Eddie Johnson.
Great
and
save.
Collinsville gets it down and trying to get it out of there. Kyra Van Dyke, sorry. And another ping-pong ball. Just can't get it out of that box. And then off of the face of one of the players for Belleville West. And that doesn't sound like it feels very good. And
I think that's Foley.
Yeah?
No, it's not. She's in the middle.
Yeah.
That was scary.
Yeah.
That was scary.
That was the captain for Belleville West wearing the pink armband, and that is Gracie Gebhardt.
She's hurt.
Yeah, she is, and she's trying to get herself better and stay in this game. Here is Gary for Collinsville. Sends the ball up onto the foot of Hennessy. Hennessy finds Morgan Rader. Rader breaks in over on that far right side, trying to circle. Sends one, but that's blocked out right at the defense where it came from. Now she sends one. Comes in front. Oh, and a dive by Jordan Gary, and just couldn't get the header to go the right direction.
Every time I thought that play was over with Morgan Rader down in that corner, somehow she was able to free up, got that service across for the diving header, and Jordan just missed it wide.
You ain't kidding there, man. That was like Supergirl. She took off.
Yep.
She was flying through the air for a good 5-6 yards.
She can do it all.
That one's going to end up getting past, and Collinsville maybe with another opportunity here, but that was a nice job sticking with it by Madison Emig because she almost had a chance to lose that ball in the box. Belandis will have a throw in here at midfield. 6:20 to go here in overtime number 1.
How about the
And
save by Addie Johnson?
you ain't kidding
down
there,
here?
man. That
Point
was
blank.
Yep.
Great job.
Best save I've seen her make tonight. And this is my first game with her in goal. I did the game in Granite City. Sydney Summer was in goal. That's those quick hands.
Mm-hmm.
Popped up into the air. Foley trying to track it down. She's another co-captain. And it goes back over to Hensey. Hensey doesn't wear the pink armband, but she's got pink shoes. Jordan Gary does have the pink armband. She sends the ball over to Hennessy. Hennessy trying to feed Rader, but that's knocked out of the way there by Madison Smith. And it comes right back up into the Collinsville offensive zone, but sent right back out to midfield. Comes down once again. Foley sends it up for Mathenia. Mathenia got a yellow card late in that second half. Turns, takes a shot. That's high and wide, and it'll be a goal kick restart coming up here for Collinsville.
Oh, we got a player down. Is that Kira Van Dyke?
No, that is
Who is
Olivia
that?
Johnson.
It's not somebody we want to lose. She's a good defender.
Morgan Rader bent over there as well.
Yep.
Girls are probably tired. I know that Belleville West must be. They played Jabot last night.
Yeah, back-to-back games, now going into overtime.
Yep. So we have a timeout for an injury. We'll go ahead and step aside for a timeout as well. We'll be back here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports
Got
Network.
vinyl? Rich's Record Emporium on Main Street in Collinsville can take care of all of your vinyl needs and more. You can peruse through thousands of records, from country to hard-to-find jazz. And classic rock, it's always in stock at Rich's Record Emporium. Used vinyl by the hundreds, plus new releases by new artists as well as reissues by classic artists. Don't forget to check out the audio room at Rich's Record Emporium. There, you can test out all the latest in audio gear, from top-of-the-line speakers to the latest in new turntables, plus amps, streamers, and all of the accessories like needles, belts, and more. While you're there, check out the music-related wall art, as well as t-shirts, record cleaners, and so much more. Plus, if you can't find it at Rich's, they will do their best to find it for you. Come check out Collinsville's only record store, Rich's Record Emporium, 131 West Main Street in beautiful uptown Collinsville, 618-795-1333, online, richesrecordemporium.com.
And, of course, a big thank you to Rich's Record Emporium in Collinsville, one of our great sponsors. And if you are in the market for vinyl records or things to play your vinyl records on, well, you walk in there and tell them you saw this commercial on the Kahok Sports Network. They'll give you 5% off whatever it is that you're buying, whether it's albums or sound equipment or any accessories that you may need. So check out Rich's Record Emporium in uptown Collinsville.
Olivia Johnson going out at the last break on the injury. The young freshman Aubrey Johnson drawing the tough assignment of Mathenia on that right side.
Yeah, that is a tough assignment. And for a minute there, Belleville West had some offensive pressure going on as we have 4 minutes left to go here in this first 10-minute overtime period. Here is Rader trying to feed Jordan Gary. It comes right back to Rader. So Morgan will march up the sideline, and then this time she will find Jordan Gary. Gary tries to turn around the corner over there, trying to get around Madison Smith. Does so with a pass. Comes out here onto this far side, or this near side, where Kyra Van Dyke just barely taps the ball to keep it in bounds. Nicely done. Here is Belandis. Belandis will strike the ball. It has a little bit of a bend, and it'll be a one-hopper right to Hubble.
Collinsville needs to do a better job of timing those runs that are coming in from those swing-in balls that Jordan Gary's flying in there. They're just overrunning them before the ball ever makes it to the spot.
I don't know what the referee's doing, but he's walking slowly, and he's walking toward Hubble, and he's not asking for time to be stopped.
I think Morgan Rader's also walked off, and Morgan Lang has come in.
Oh, well.
You saw her limping earlier after that one of those plays a few minutes ago.
Well, now the clock is stopped. I don't know really what's going on.
This is the move that Jody needs to make, and I like it. moving Belandis over to that right side, and Aubrey Johnson over here to the left
Yeah,
side.
Belandis a little bit more of a
Yep.
A little bit more competition over there for Mathenia to deal with. A little bit more experience.
Experience, speed, physicality. I like the move.
All right, they added some more time on the clock. Now we're back to action, and it comes out to midfield. Trying to track that down was Morgan Lang. Lang couldn't get there, but Collinsville still does, and here is Van Dyke. Van Dyke pokes the ball up into the box, trying to chase it down and get there first, and Hubble got there right before Sophia Kiefner could. A couple of times that Hubble has gotten there right before one of the players wearing purple and white. Out to the midfield circle, and here is Foley once again. And Foley works herself around, gets it up to Mathenia. Mathenia with a shot on goal, and that one is a goal, and Belleville West takes the lead. They call it offsides, though.
I thought so, but I didn't say it. She looked like she snuck behind.
Yeah, it's really a bummer with the windows closed. You can't hear.
Can't see it, can't hear it.
Yeah.
But it looked like she had snuck behind Belandis. Just
and that American flag is still blowing stiff in the wind. It has not died down. Normally the winds die when nighttime falls, but not on this night. Here is Mathenia over on the left wing inside the box. Circles it around to the outside. Takes the shot, but that's blocked out by Sydney Summer. And it bounces out toward midfield. Jordan Gary will settle it down. She'll poke it back to Van Dyke. Van Dyke trying to feed Sophia Kiefner, and Alvarez gets there first and sends it out of bounds. Throw in will come over here on this near side sideline by Aubrey Johnson. She'll throw it in, and it bounces right over the head. That's a funny way to do things. It bounces over the head of Kiefner off Alvarez and out of bounds, so Collinsville gets to keep it. Johnson throws it in again. This time it's going to go across the end line, and we're going to get a corner kick out of this.
Yeah, we'll take that.
Yeah.
Minute and a half.
Yep, we got less than 90 seconds here in 10-minute overtime period number 1. And here is Hensey with another corner kick for Collinsville. This one's going to go into that wind, so she needs to get a lot of it here. She does. It's popped up, comes out in the middle, down and off of a post. Handball, no call. I thought it was up. I thought it was off the post. I didn't see the hand.
I think it was a handball, and other players were motioning too.
Yeah. Collinsville sends it right back up toward the goal, and out to make the save is Hubble. It gets behind her, and the ball is still loose, and it's picked up by Belleville West. They'll send it back out. Johnson will send it back up. Here is Cox. Cox gets taken off the ball as 17 versus 17. Cox shoots, and a save by Hubble.
Great shot.
Yep, right on goal. 35 seconds left to go here in overtime period number 1. And that ball sent back out to midfield, but it comes right back for Collinsville. Gary got the initial contact on it, but then got a little shove from behind to take her off of the ball. Now it comes up to Cox once again. Georgia sends the ball through a thread. Here is Jordan Gary. Gary, can she get there first? No, Hubble got there first, and that's a third time that Hubble and Gary have met inside the box like that.
There's been a lot of those balls tonight that have been almost 1v1 with the keeper, and she's come out and slid.
So Hubble will take her time, pop it up in the air. By the time it lands, the horn will sound. And there it is. So overtime period number 1 is in the books. We'll have a brief timeout as we just switch sides. So we'll be back here after just a briefest timeout of timeouts here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Brady Pest and Termite Management is your local pest control source. The Midwest offers its fair share of pest problems, and Brady Pest and Termite Management is up to the challenge. Whether it's pesky rodents in the cold winter months or ants, spiders, and other pests in the warm months, Brady Pest and Termite is your solution. And termites? Brady Pest is tops in the Metro East in termite management. Do you have unwanted pests? Then call the best. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Call 343-1790 or on Facebook at Brady Pest and Termite.
I haven't been at this school all day, but I've been at school all day. Todd Duke, Brett Blum forgot to turn down the microphone again. You know, I don't think I've done that in 10 years, and here I didn't do it twice in one night. I turned down yours, and then I didn't turn down the main one. Fresh 10 minutes left on the board, and we're back here at Collinsville High School. Todd Duke, Brett Borum with you. second overtime period getting ready to come your way. And this time I don't think I did any cussing. I was just talking about what an exciting, entertaining game this has been.
It has been a good game. Very evenly matched, back and forth. Yeah, it's been everything we thought it would be, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Except for this whole overtime thing, and I could always do without overtime. I love sports, but, just let's get it done in regulation.
I could do without Collinsville injuries, and we've had a few of those, too.
Yeah, we have. That's for sure. We had some before the game even started that we probably didn't even know about.
Right. She thought she was getting her team healthy, and, well, that's why you got to have a deep bench, right?
Yep, that's exactly right. All right, in case you missed it earlier, other scores. Freshman baseball team was in action today. They won 7-6 over Waterloo. Boys volleyball team was in action tonight. That was a split decision. The varsity team won 2-1 over Alton Marquette, while the JV team lost 2-1. Softball, they were at Belleville West tonight, and they took it on the chin. Varsity lost 9-2. JV lost 17-2.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Do we have an O'Fallon-Alton score?
I don't, but I'm not. I got my phone on my feed just to make sure that I'm on the air. I'm sure that Mr. Kettler over there could probably find that. The two 5-0 teams squaring off tonight, Alton and O'Fallon. One final, 3-1 O'Fallon.
Wow.
Yep. So Alton suffers their first loss of the year, and O'Fallon moves to 6-0 on the year.
Southwestern Conference going to get interesting with see what O'Fallon and Edwardsville do. Edwardsville traditionally always having a strong girls' side.
Oh yeah, they've only they're 2-2 now. Right now, I think.
They lost to Triad. Does that sound right?
I think so.
I don't know who their other loss would have been.
No, we'll find that out soon when Collinsville and Edwardsville get ready to hook up in a little soccer action. I'm not sure when that is off the top of my head. I got Collinsville and Edwardsville playing softball on Thursday. The Lady Canucks are supposed to play Mater Dei tomorrow, but like I said, I have a feeling that tomorrow's outdoor action might be rained out. That one's a little too far. We switch ends again. Addie Johnson in goal to your left and Emma Hubble in goal to the right. And this ball is going to belong to Belleville West. So we have 1 10-minute overtime period left. If no one scores, we will go to penalty kicks. And if someone can score here in this 10-minute frame, then this game will be over, unless, of course, it gets equalized. Here is Bolandis throwing the ball in. We'll get to see Bolandis and Mathenia do their thing over here right in front of us this time.
Yep.
Instead of over on the far side. Here is Foley. Foley splits the defense for Collinsville. Brings the ball up. She's giving some directions to Gagan, but Gagan misread those and went the opposite way, and that ball ends up going out of bounds, and they're going to say it was last touched by Johnson for Collinsville. So it's a throw-in by Gagan, who scored the first goal of this game way back a long time ago. It was so long ago, I think it might still be Monday.
Yeah, it was a while back, wasn't it?
It was. Throw-in. Comes to the outside of the box, popped up into the air, and comes back down on the near side sideline. Now Belleville West throws it in front of the box in the bubble. And
Great
Collinsville
job.
sends it back out. And to midfield it goes. And a whistle. And Collinsville's going to get a free kick out of this. They're going to do it at midfield. It'll be Sydney Summer who will take this kick. And it's on the way already. Nice and low. Bounces into the box. And it's going to bounce all the way to Hubble just as Sophia Kiefner was putting on some pressure. 8 minutes left to play. Overtime period number 2. We're still tied at 2. Each team scored a goal in each half. Collinsville has never led in this game. They trailed 1-0, tied at 1-1, trailed 2-1, tied at 2-2. Here is Addie Johnson, who's had a pretty good game in goal. That ball bounces all the way out to the logo, and Jordan Gary's trying to poke it forward, but she's getting a little opposition there from Madison Emig. And now she'll bring it up, and Collinsville gets it over here to Morgan Rader, but too far for Morgan, yep. Throw in will come in from Ashlyn Weebles. Weebles All of a sudden, I had to think about things. I'm like, wait a minute, we're in overtime. When's the camera going to shut off? I think I got it going until 9:30. I'll have to check that out real quick. Ball on the near side sideline.
Yep, there's a foul on Morgan.
Let's see. 9:15. I think we should be finished by then. 9:15 is when I have the camera set to go till. Kahawks looking to take their first lead of this game. Here is Jordan Gary with a head of steam. She gets all the way past Weebles. And Jordan is going to bank one off of the shins. Yeah, nice job there.
She's a smart player,
Banked it off of the shins of Emig right across the inline. So Collinsville is going to get a corner kick here because Jordan didn't have enough of her teammates coming up to apply any pressure. So instead of waiting for one of the defenders to come down upon her and take that ball away, she did the right thing. Here is Hensey with another corner kick. It's on the way. It's high, and it comes out the other side, and that one's in off of the head of Jordan Gary. She finally scores one. Does Jordan Gary, and Collinsville takes a 3-2 lead.
I told you she'd score tonight, Todd. I knew it was coming.
Wow. Wow, oh, wow.
I don't think that's Jordan.
No?
I think it's Laney, or
I don't know who scored it because
I think it's Kiefner.
There was too many people out there for me to see. I just thought I saw the hair.
I think they were hugging Kiefner.
Okay. We'll give it to Kiefner. Kiefner scored that with about 6 minutes to go. Second overtime. So now Collinsville has to play defense, and there's Jordan Gary doing just that. Sends it back up to the offense. And here is Foley. Foley trying to work the ball free. Back over to Jordan Gary. Gary gets the ball over to Van Dyke. Van Dyke sends the ball over to Morgan Rader. Rader trying to track it down, but she's not going to get there until the Belleville West player does and knocks it out of bounds. That was kind of a surprising move there by Madison Smith. Smith, if she just would have ran just a little bit faster, she would have got there and turned around with that ball. So Belandis will have a throw in. Collinsville has their first lead of this game. Here is Morgan Rader. Rader tips the ball over to the corner, and it's going to stay.
No.
No, it's going the other way.
Come on. He totally missed that it went out on that white defender. Unless he's calling a foul. And he is.
I guess so, yeah. It's a free kick. Oh, that looked like it hurt her when she kicked that ball. Madison Smith might have dug that foot into the turf because she wasn't limping when she came down there to kick it. Now she's walking away limping. Tough break there. Belandis with another throw-in.
Collinsville just needs to play patient now.
4:20 left to play here in this second overtime. If Collinsville can hang on, this game will be over and we will not have penalty kicks. And that's what I'm hoping for. Here is Belandis. Sends the ball back up to Rader. Rader has two defenders behind her. Back to Belandis. Belandis will bend that one right back toward the middle. And that was a nice job there, but Georgia Cox couldn't finish it up as she kind of stepped on the ball and it went squirting out the other way. Here is Foley. Foley for Belleville West. Her team up against the wall now and trying to keep it down the other direction, but Collinsville picks it up again. Belandis gets it back from Van Dyke. Belandis over here on this near side sideline. Sends one right through the legs of Weebles and right in front for Morgan Rader. And Rader will send it back up to Belandis. And Belandis will take a shot toward the goal, but that's blocked out up front. And a nice job by Morgan Rader to keep it up there. And now it'll be sent back toward midfield. And now the defense needs to go to work.
If you've noticed,
there is Foley. Go ahead.
Jordan Gary's dropped back into the more of a defensive mid role now.
Oh, yeah. She knows what's going on.
Yep. That's what I see Coach Munoz has done, is she's now playing a 6 or holding mid.
That ball ends up out of bounds again over on the far side, right in between the two benches. As we have 3 minutes to go here in this second overtime. Free kick coming from midfield by Izzy Alvarez. Alvarez will keep it up that sideline, and it'll end up almost going out of bounds. I thought that was going to go out of bounds.
Sure looked like it.
Now it does. Belleville West will have another throw-in. And over into the far sideline, trying to track it down over there, and it goes across the end line. Now Belleville West is going to have a corner kick. We're down to 2.5 minutes to go, but things are getting a little dicey over here as Mathenia will trot over to take this corner kick. And we'll see how Belleville West wants to play this with the wind at their back.
Pick up your marks, Purple.
Here is the shot. It stays low, comes out front, and it's going to go.
It's going to be a corner.
And it's going to be another corner.
This side.
Yep, this time we're going to go into the wind. And Mathenia has to come all the way back over. In the meantime, time is ticking away. And Mathenia will put it down, and she'll back up and get ready for a kick with 1:50 left to play here in the second overtime. She gets a little bit more of a drive on that one. That one goes maybe off the crossbar and out of bounds, and it's going to be a goal kick restart here for Collinsville. Kahok's got lucky and
got an injury.
Yeah, got another injury over there as one of the Belleville West players is over on the end line, but she picks herself up and will be okay.
I think Aubrey Johnson got her hand on that or had tipped that. That ball was heading in.
Yeah, it was.
That was hooking and curving in. And I think Aubrey Johnson might have just got a fingertip or two on it just to kind of push it away.
At any rate, clock stopped with 1:42 after the injury.
Not Aubrey, Addie.
Addie.
Sorry.
Yeah, there's a lot of Johnsons, man.
Yeah,
You got to get those first names right. Just say Johnson. You'll be right. Well, here's Belleville West trying to keep that ball down on the offensive side of the field, and they do just that for a moment. Right now, with it is Gagan, and Gagan trying to send it up. It goes out of bounds. And another throw-in coming up here for Belleville West. 1:20 left to play here in this second overtime. Ball thrown in, kicked back right where it came from, and it stays in the field of play. Turning the corner, sending it on a centering shot, and it goes right across the front of the goal and out of bounds, and it is going to be a goal kick restart here for Collinsville. 1 minute to go here in this second overtime. Collinsville leads 3-2.
Just got to hold strong for 1 minute, Purple. Let's go.
Sydney Summer will set the ball down inside the 6-yard box. She's ready. They stop the clock with 52.6 seconds left as they try to give everybody an equal opportunity here. We had a substitution by Collinsville. That's why the clock stopped. Morgan Rader goes out. That ball is punched all the way back in, but it's going to come right back to Sydney Summer. She'll send it back out to midfield. It's a head ball that's sent right back out to the midfielders. Here is Mathenia. Mathenia trying to turn the corner and taking a body down with her in the process. Now Mathenia sends one to the front. Addie Johnson makes the save, and Collinsville avoids a would-be golden opportunity there if that ball would have been left for a rebound.
Slow it down, Addie. Slow it down.
Johnson sends it back out to midfield, and it gets past the defenders and rolls all the way over here to this near sideline. We have 15 seconds left, and it's going to belong to Collinsville, and the Kahawks will have a throw-in right here near midfield. It'll be Bolandis, but by the time Bolandis throws it in, that might be all she's said and done. 5 seconds left, and Collinsville will end up winning this thing by a final score of 3-2. Took 2 overtimes to do it, but the Kahawks are victorious. What a good game.
It was a good game. Gutsy performance by the Kahawks. They dug deep, fought through some adversity tonight, whether it was injuries before the game, injuries during the game, a goal that was called off, fought through the adversity. Gutsy performance. I like it.
Yeah.
Maybe they can build on this.
Yeah, let's hope so. All right, sir, thank you very much for being here tonight.
Yep.
Appreciate it, man. We'll see you down the road.
Okay.
Thank you. Brett Borm there on the other microphone. Kahawks win tonight by a final score of 3-2. Time for the post-game program brought to you by Cafe Agape in Collinsville, home of the Kahawk Chicken Sandwich. Cafe Agape been doing their thing since 2012, coming up on their 10-year anniversary, offering catering and some of the best home-cooked food in the area. Cafe Agape, give them a call today at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. Kahawks win. We'll talk all about it here in the post-game show next on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a Kahawk sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' Kahawk sandwich. Cafe Agape. Check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345 Cafe. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you.
Plumbing or electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
Are the lights on your dashboard putting on a show? Bring it to Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is also a T3 certified tire center. They can handle all of the basics like oil changes and tune-ups and the not-so-basics like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations: Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville. The Collinsville location is at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611, online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook.
Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipStLouis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884. The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org.
Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our Kahawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a Kahawk, always a Kahawk. Hashtag Kahawk Family.
Drink it in. Powerful, vibrant, nutrient-rich fuel for healthy, active, experience-rich lives. Each ingredient chosen carefully, every blend crafted masterfully. Nurturing your passion, nourishing your purpose. So you can be your best self, live your best life, and rule the day.
Your home is where you feel happy, safe, and secure. So if you see signs of foundation problems like cracks or uneven floors, worrying is natural, and getting it fixed is crucial. Woods Basement Systems understands. We've been solving foundation worries since 1986. Woods experts have the training and equipment to make permanent repairs. So stop worrying, because with Woods, it's fixed forever. Foundation problems don't get better with time, they get better with Woods, the all things basement-y experts. Call or go to woodsbasementsystems.com today.
In times of financial uncertainty, how can you stay on track? Call on someone who's invested in your success. In Collinsville, that person is Jason Regg, your Collinsville Edward Jones financial advisor. Jason Regg will work to build a complete picture of your financial life, including your unique goals and passions. Jason Regg of your Collinsville Edward Jones office plays a big part in the community and the Collinsville Unit 10 School District with his Kahawk Educator of the Month award. To take care of the things along the path of you and your family's financial journey, call Jason Regg at the Collinsville Edward Jones office at 618-344-0252. Edward Jones, member SIPC. Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a Kahok sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' Kahok sandwich. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you.
And once again, we welcome you back to Kahok Stadium here on the campus of Collinsville High School. Our final score, Lady Kahawks win by a final score of 3-2. It took 2 overtimes for them to do it, but hey, we will take it. Game was tied 1-1 after 1, 2-2 after 2. And then we went through the first 10-minute overtime period with no one scoring, but in the second overtime period, young Miss Sophia Kiefner, the junior midfielder for Collinsville, uses her head to put one into the back of the net, and Collinsville then holds on for the final 4.5 minutes, and they win this one by a final of 3-2. No one to talk to about this after the game, so we're going to have to break in our soccer coach here and have her get used to the fact to send somebody up here to talk to us after the games are over with, but we understand. She's new at this whole thing as well. So that's going to do it for us. We are off tomorrow, and we are back in action Thursday with a little Lady Kahok softball as we head to the Collinsville Sports Complex as Edwardsville comes to town. Game time is scheduled for 4:30. We'll be on around 4:10 with the pregame show. Big thank you to Brett Borm, who hung out with us all night here in the press box bringing you this game. And a big thank you to Jody Munoz, the head coach, for joining us in the pregame show. My name is Todd Duke, and until Thursday afternoon for some softball, everybody enjoy the rest of your evening.